Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it. My name's Jay Milne. #Blue. Our sports update deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be on this. All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
What is happening? Happy Monday. Welcome to the Reid Wilkins Show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. A reminder that all of Play Alberta is brought to you by all of Play Alberta. All of Edmonton Sports Talk is brought to you by Play Alberta. My name's Jay Milne. We've got guest co-host Benny Thomson. Reid is off again this week. He will be back. The return of the King is Monday, August 31st, so have no fear. He will be back here. Brendan Eric pushing the ones and twos as well. All right, we've got a packed show. We've got to get rolling. We've got to get into it. Here's how it's going to go. These are the Bear headlines for 100.3 The Bear. Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeartRadio today. All right, the Elks. What do we say? I mean, we're going to dive into it. We're going to dive deep. We're going to dive deep into this bad boy. But the Elks are 8-3. They that game. Like I said, we're going to have to talk about that game because that was one of the most outrageous games. Actually, no, it was the most outrageous game I've ever witnessed.
No, there's no sense ever.
And yes, I'm including 24-3. Falcons,
Super Bowl,
Patriot. I'm including that. This was outrageous. Folks. I don't understand it.
Wow.
Elks offensive lineman Jordan Murray, the big boy, the big fella, held Willie Jefferson and that Winnipeg Blue Bombers defense sackless on Friday night. He will be joining us coming up at 3:40. You're not going to want to miss that as well. Another Edmonton team making some noise. The Edmonton Wildcats have won again. This time they dismantled their crosstown rival Edmonton Huskies. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy's name, Odell Willis. You heard of him? Legendary W alum and now current defensive line coach for the Edmonton Wildcats. He's going to be joining us in the second hour at 4:42. Then we are going to be going around. We're going to continue going around the NFL, our NFL kickoff series, and we're going to check in on the Atlanta Falcons. Who's going to be the starting quarterback week 1 when Atlanta visits Pittsburgh? Who's it going to be? We're going to hopefully find out from Daniel Flick, who's joining us from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. In breaking news.
What?
Breaking news, Benny.
Breaking.
Leon Draisaitl just wants to be coached. Breaking news. I repeat. Yeah, I know. It's like you might as well leave. Show's over, brah. Leon Draisaitl wants to be coached.
Leon Draisaitl wants to be coached. We are going to overanalyze those 4 words for at least half an hour. We're just going to analyze every bit of it. And then we're going to get into the Oil Understood. This week, Benny came up with a great idea. We're going to go around we talk about facets of a football team, offense, defense, special teams. Let's bring it to hockey.
We're going to look at it in a hockey frame of mind. And we're going to look at all 5 facets of this Oilers team. Okay, so today we're going to start with coaching. We're going to get into goaltending, forwards, D-men, management. 5 days, 5 facets. You're going to hear it all here on the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. All right, a reminder that you are watching us, and thank you for watching us from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Good day, bad day, either way, happy hour is on at the Canadian Brewhouse Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. The Canadian Brewhouse, your day just got happier. All right. To my right, TV left, is Ben Thomson. Benny, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Jay. How are you?
You know what? I'm fantastic. I had a great weekend. We had our fantasy football draft yesterday.
Yep.
Out at the Milne house, and it went very well. Record time.
Okay.
We started it earlier, so we started it at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So the beers weren't flowing as fast as they normally would. So guys were more focused. Guys were into it.
Doesn't sound like it.
And for the record, Dustin, what he was saying about how he couldn't believe that was my fantasy team. I'm in a super flex league.
Okay. So quarterbacks
are a major priority.
Okay.
So
I was
that's
going to ask
why
you that on afternoons.
Ashton Genty fell further than in normal.
That would make sense. So Josh Allen was a first round pick.
Josh Allen was number 1 overall.
Makes sense.
Josh Allen went number 1 overall.
My king.
Jahmyr Gibbs went second. Bijan Robinson went third. And then there were another stretch of quarterbacks taken mid-first round.
Mahomes.
Well, I took Ashton Genty only to have the room erupt. So we do side bets as well.
Okay.
So after the bet, after the draft, we'll all look at the big board.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, how about your quarterbacks versus my quarterbacks for $20? Okay, sure. So there's a fella at the draft, former Ohio State Buckeye, played for the New York Jets. He just lives in Edmonton now because he played in the CFL to finish up his career.
Yeah.
So now he's an expat. He lives in Edmonton. Good friend of one of our guys. So he's part of our league.
Yeah.
So we always wear jerseys, football jerseys to the draft.
Yeah.
He's wearing his jersey.
I saw that.
His New York Jets jersey. Like, that's a pretty baller move.
All right.
So anyways, I call him C3PO. So I said, C3PO, your top 3 versus my top 3, $20. Oh yeah, I'm taking that. Okay, so we put it on the board.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, news breaks that Ashton Genty was injured and he couldn't put any weight on his leg, being carried off practice. Players were praying. They were praying, Ben. You know that.
That's what you know.
They had to tell you. They had to tell us about the praying players.
Right.
For Ashton Genty, this is done for the year.
Right.
He's done for the year. Number 1 pick, done for the year. Well, good news. Those prayers worked, brother.
Hey.
Yeah. Shout out to the big guy. It appears that it is just somewhat of an ankle sprain.
Yeah, an ankle sprain.
So thankfully for me and everybody else involved in my team, which is just my daughters, it looks to be good. So,
good.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And a reminder, later today, when we talk about the Esties, don't forget, today is the last day to qualify for the pair of tickets that we're giving away to Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses are coming to Commonwealth Stadium, the concrete castle of the North, Benny. They're coming to Commonwealth Stadium on Wednesday. So your chance to win those tickets is coming up after 5 o'clock. I just mentioned something, the concrete castle of the North. Mark Killam in his post-game scrum described as one of, I believe it was Avery Lewis, McDougall, that said, what's it like, this having teams to come and play here? Are you trying to make this a tough place to win for road teams? And Mark Killam said, yeah, that's why we call it the concrete castle of the North.
So out of their 3 losses, one of them's at home to the Riders.
Yeah, that's the only loss
at Commonwealth
is against the Riders. Other than that,
they've 2 other ones have been on the road.
Yeah, they've been perfect at home. So let's just say this. Let's just say that we like that phrase. The concrete castle of the North.
Right.
It's catchy.
It's just a good slogan.
Man, that would be cool if somebody would
repped it.
Do something with that and make something of it. Oh, wait. We're Edmonton Sports Talk. We do whatever the hell we like. Just keep it in mind. Something might be coming in the near future. The concrete castle of the North. What a name for Commonwealth Stadium.
What a breadcrumb.
Come on. Thank you. It's called a tease. And yes, another tease is Odell Willis, the mayor of Swaggerville, will be joining us at 4:40 today. All right. Deshaun Watson was in the news over the weekend. He apparently was being booed by Cleveland Browns faithful in their exhibition game when he was on the field. He didn't like that.
No, he didn't. And if you didn't think he did, he voiced it.
Oh yeah, just listen to that debacle of a press conference from talk about Dave Jameson, who fills in on the morning show. He used to be the media guy for the Edmonton Eskimos at that time. He did it for quite a few years. He would laugh at that and just tell you probably 5 stories of players doing something like that, in which it's just a media hell from then on. So Deshaun Watson pretty much said, yeah, these are the same fans that booed me when I tore my Achilles on this field the last time I stepped foot on it. Not exactly not always the best thing to do is to egg on your home team crowd. But it got me thinking about the art of booing. And that's why we're going to have this for the off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. The off-topic topic today is, what's the loudest you've ever booed or been booed?
Oh,
something, someone. What's the most anger you've had to where
have I been booed?
You've wanted. I'm sure you have. You may not know it.
Probably.
I know. I was booed heavily. You go to play a game at University of Saskatchewan at Griffith Stadium. Mm-hmm. They literally have a beer gardens outside of your bench. They rope off.
Yeah.
They rope off
you're telling
section.
Me.
And you have drunken.
Yeah.
They're all fired up on Pilsner.
Yeah.
Just booing you, yelling at you, calling you names, saying things about your mother. Mm-hmm. All those lovely things.
Poor mom.
So booed there.
Yeah.
The loudest I think I've booed would probably also be an experience at the University of Alberta. When I was playing football there, I met my wife, now wife. She was my girlfriend there. She played Pandas basketball. So we had a close relationship, the football guys and the basketball girls. So we would always go there to the game. Mm-hmm. And this was back at, when it was on campus, the main gym on campus.
Right.
And we would get fired up, talk about Pilsners. The boys would be in good form.
Right.
And we would boo and heckle the other team mercilessly. I mean, and this is women's basketball. We're just the biggest bunch of losers on the baseline, just thinking we're doing such a good job. I mean, we were. It's school spirit.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the loudest booing I was ever a part of.
For myself, I've gotten to meet Commissioner Bettman multiple times.
What do you mean you've got to meet him multiple times?
I've shaken hands with Commissioner Bettman.
Yeah,
multiple.
No, you haven't.
You think I'm joking?
I do.
I don't think you understand who you're sitting next to right now.
How do you?
A celebrity.
I know that. You tell me all the time. Just kidding. How? Okay, wait a minute. You've met Gary Bettman.
I have met Gary Bettman.
Hey, Gary Bettman, the commissioner of the NHL.
of the National Hockey League, correct.
Okay, yes. How have you met Barry Getman? That's a listener. How have you met Gary Bettman?
One was when I was in Montreal for my gaming championships. He swung by to that tournament to watch the final, and he hopped on the broadcast as well. And so he passed by me. He saw me in my gaming jersey. And I was like, Mr. Bettman, how's it going? I went to shake his hand, and he fist pumped me instead because it was fresh out of COVID. He just had COVID. Yeah. He just had COVID like a week before, so he fist pumped me. Then, similar story, I get flown out to Florida a couple months later to play in a world championship there. On the beach before I played, he swung by. I said, hi, Mr. Bettman. And I shook his hand.
Okay, what was the most distinct thing that stood out to you about him, his appearance?
That he kind of looks like a rat a little bit. like he kind of it doesn't surprise me that the Florida Panthers won 2 cups and the Rats and all that stuff. He kind of
is he shorter than you would expect?
Oh yeah, shorter guy for sure. But I was also at the Montreal draft as well when I was at the World Championships. They had the draft later on that weekend, and we went there, and so the Bell Center gave him a good couple boos. I believe he spoke at the All-Star Game Championship when I was at, so he got booed there. So I've gotten to shake hands with the commissioner, and I've also booed him in the same weekend. So there's that, I guess, too. I've booed pretty hard on Alex Pietrangelo. I was at the game where he did
when he chopped Leon's head off?
The lumberjack slash on Draisaitl. I have a funny story about that. I needed Draisaitl to score for my parlay to hit, and I was going to make like $200 off that game. I see him with the empty netter, and I'm like cheering so hard. I'm like, oh my God, the Oilers are going to win, and I get $200. And he misses the net on the empty netter, and I lean my head back like, you got to be kidding me. And I put my head down, and I just see him like dead in a corner. I'm like, what? Like, what happened? And then I see the replay, and I was like, oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, so. Like Rexall, Rogers. There's been some boo beatdowns in there. Mm-hmm. Nate the Builder, your dad is in the chat. He says that he's booed you several times.
That's
giving you some life lessons.
It's a given.
Penner's Pancakes. I know what you're talking about. He says, I have to say there was almost a riot in Lloydminster when we watched the Stallions play Toronto. That was pure chaos. So the Stallions are the Edmonton Stallions, which was like Edmonton, like men's football league. Is like when you're done playing U of A or the Wildcats or Huskies, you go play for the Stallions if you want to continue playing. So there are some good players. There was some awful players. Awful. Yep. And they're all like wired, right? You know, jacked up, like we're still going to make the CFL kind of thing. So you'd get some passionate games. I know the exact game because forgive me or let me know if I'm incorrect, but Penner's Pancakes, were you not there watching your brother or your brother-in-law? Maybe he was a hell of a football player.
Really?
Yes. I don't know why. I don't know.
Crazy coincidence.
I don't know why he never stuck anywhere else, but he was a heck of a football player. Send him in.
Do you have one, Brendan?
Talking about Lloydminster, I get thinking of the jungle. I used to play Junior B in the Northeast League, and we would travel up north, and we would get beers thrown at us and booed and heckled by some opposing fans. But Lloydminster, there was actually a little incident, like completely unrelated to booing, but a fun little story, and I'll try and keep it brief. But a guy on my team, another team, they got in a little scrap. As the uncle and the dad saw it of the kids on Lloyd, we tried to intentionally hurt this kid. They proceed to go into the ref locker room and beat the wheels off these refs for not doing anything. No, it was a criminal case.
I hope so.
Yeah, it was a big problem. I think the kids were suspended and the dads were suspended. It was my first year in the jungle.
The jungle, baby.
I guess that's why it's got its nickname.
That's the jungle. Oh boy,
jeepers. Coach Mike, we're gonna have to remember this. Coach Mike asks, because we're not quite there yet, but we're going to jump in after the break for Fired Up. Elks sweep Labor Day games in the West as theirs? ? We'll talk about it. Remember that question, okay, Benny?
Okay.
Nolan from St. Albert. And send in yours, okay? Send in the loudest you've ever booed or the loudest you've ever been booed. There's one in here that might be text of the year. Quality. Wow. And I'll get to it here. You can send them into 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox where... Which one? I want to do this one because it is Monday. The Kitchen Restaurant, Sunday and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. Available Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. to close. Go grab some dinner tonight at the River Cree Resort and Casino. 50% off the entire menu, courtesy of the River Cree Resort and Casino. This comes in from Nolan from St. Albert. He booed Terrence Jones every night at Toyota Center until the Rockets finally traded him. Dude was trash. Nolan from St. Albert, I believe he grew up in Houston.
Yes, he did.
Right? Yep. Okay. Yep. So that makes a little bit more sense. Teacher Arlo. This might be text of the year quality. Nothing like being booed by 18. Nothing like being booed by 18,000 at Rexall when the kiss cam is on you and you're at the game with your sister. Teacher Arlo. Oh my gosh. That's a banger. Be so bad.
They had the kiss cam going at Commonwealth. I was surprised by that. My buddy and I were talking about that. It's like, I feel like they got away from those after COVID. Like, you know, like it kind of, even though it's been the past and whatever, it's normal, but like, I don't know. I was kind of surprised to see the kiss cam going, but
I love the kiss cam.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
I mean, the kiss cam, and it's always the old ones that really overdo it.
They like, get right into it. It's awesome.
Because it's so funny. Like if you're an older person, like you should win kiss cam every time if you just give a damn.
Yes.
Like the young people that are like kissing,
nervous.
it's like gross.
Yeah.
Stop. The old people that have been married for 35 years, you're like, yeah, baby. And everybody's happy for the guy.
Yeah.
Like, way to go, Ronnie. Way to go, Ronnie.
Still going.
Oh, man. This is, well, it didn't take us long to get off the rails. That's good. That's it, just getting into it. We're breathing here.
Right.
All right. We've got to get out. We've got Fired Up for Jemko, and then Jordan Murray, Elks, Tower of Power there at the right tackle position, will join us right here on the show at 3:40. But first, we're going to hear from Brendan Eric.
We've got 10 games in the MLB tonight on schedule. Includes the Tigers taking on the Rays, the Rangers battling the White Sox, and the Twins facing the Athletics. The Astros have made a front office change, with GM Dana Brown and Houston mutually agreeing to part ways. The AL West leading Astros have not announced who will take over as GM. The Jays are off tonight after wrapping up their recent stretch. Toronto will be back in action tomorrow as they open a series against the Royals. A couple quick CFL notes. The Ottawa Red Blacks have added Jim Popp as a senior football advisor for the rest of the 2026 season. Meanwhile, the Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros was dressed at practice but did not participate. And over to the NFL following Jaden Higgins' season-ending ACL injury. The Texans bolster their wideout room by acquiring 24-year-old Kayshon Boutte from the Patriots for 23-year-old safety Jalen Reid and a 7th-round sweetener in 2028. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Edmonton is expecting some changes this offseason, and I'm talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation. Visit their showroom, open 7 days a week, or online at paramountflooring.ca. Fired up after the break. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
By trading Nurse and bringing in Shea and Mukmadulin, did Bowman meaningfully improve the blue line? 39.9% of people say yes, 21.8% of people say no, and 38.3% of people said maybe.
Okay, so it's close. It's not that long.
It's close between maybe and yes.
The potential is there for it to be better, sure.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
The River Cree Resort and Casino features the best in live entertainment, including country music legend Lori Morgan, September 4th.
Except for Monday, which was
She's a Grammy nominee and a CMA Award winner with over a dozen top 10 hits. Lori Morgan live at the River Cree September 4th. Tickets for this show and more at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Benny Thomson. Lots to come on the show today. A reminder, Jordan Murray will be joining us in about 14 minutes right here. He'll be joining us on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. And we've got Odell Willis, the mayor of Swaggerville, joining us at 4:40. And then we're going to check in with the Atlanta Falcons with Daniel Flick at 5 o'clock. All right, it is time to get fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, who have been proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 45 years and are the authorized dealer for Napoleon fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. Okay, let's do a quick one here. I'm fired up because this dickhead got fired. This guy is an idiot. This guy is a loser.
Yeah.
Who I'm talking about is Adam Brubaker, the head coach of Royal High Football out of California. He did this. Go ahead, Brendan, play the clip. This is at practice. Oh! Yeah, goes up. He's in a fit of rage. Goes up, finds a football on the ground, and kicks it as hard as he can at one of his players. This is high school football. This is a human. And you kick a ball, it ends up hitting him right in the junk.
Yeah.
Down goes the player. And this video is now exploding across the internet. This poor kid.
Yeah.
Because he screwed up.
Yeah.
This coach felt the reason to go over and assault him with a football. What a loser. You are the exact problem with coaches. You are the reason people don't play sports. Adam Brubaker. I'm glad you got fired. I hope you never coach another child again because you don't deserve a second chance. You, my friend, are a menace. You are an idiot and you are a loser. Lahu Zahur. That is you, Adam. So I'm fired up.
Yeah, I was going to say, Gemco, you like that? That's fired up for you,
Like, what an idiot. Can you imagine if that was your kid? If that was my kid, I would have killed him.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, it would have taken a lot. My wife would have had to really hold me back. Somebody to do that? Oh, man. Like, that kid is never going to forget that for the rest of his life. And you've taken that away now. I
hate stories of just like coaches ruining kids, love for a sport. I can't stand that stuff. Like even like I was lucky growing up. I never really had any coaches that drove me nuts about playing the sport. My dad tells me a story all the time about how I think it was Mitch Triple or something like that. Like he had a coach that basically almost made him quit. Just hearing those stories, like it's horrible. And so obviously seeing that, now, we live in a day and age now though where it's like there's cameras, and so we can catch people like that are dickheads. And
like he was like so nonchalant about it.
Yeah, didn't
I
go
don't
check
even
on
know.
the kid. Like
I don't even know if he apologized in the letter I saw, but the school board got together and said, "See you later."
Yeah.
So good for them for doing that. The Elks, Ben. I did some quick math, okay? Yep. So Edmonton, for those that maybe didn't tune in, maybe you're gone for the weekend. That's all good. The Elks won against Winnipeg. They defended the concrete castle of the North, that is Commonwealth, and they won. Now they're 8-3. Look, I did some quick math. I've played in roughly 150 football games. Played.
It's a lot.
I viewed well over 1,000.
Right.
Gotta be more. I've viewed a lot of football games. I have never seen a game like I saw on Friday night. I have never seen a tale of two halves like I did Saturday night. Like, Ben, you were in the crowd.
Yeah.
You were in the stands.
Yeah.
What was the vibes like halfway through the second quarter?
Dead.
No,
I mean,
dead like the Edmonton Elks offense, like dead like their defense.
I'll say this: I think the awesome Mac TD gave some hope. I'll to be honest with you, we were, I think it was at the 3-minute warning. I was with my friend and his girlfriend's family, and I hadn't had a beer yet or food. I was like, hey, let's go beat the rush. And so we went, and so I saw the Mac TD on the TV. In the concession area.
Yeah.
So you can hear the crowd go nuts. And I come back for halftime and I'm like, okay, yeah. And then it was really that second half where things, you ramped up. You started to see the Elks offense get together. The defense shut down the Blue Bombers. And you could see the crowd kind of get more into it as the game went on, as more plays, came together. And obviously the walk-off field goal. I have a video on my phone.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
So
I love that you took that.
Yeah, it was a great game to watch, man. Like, yeah, obviously it was a rough start, but the victory in the end was great, and just seeing this team not die, man. Like they're relentless.
Benny, they didn't go away. They
Never
don't
did.
go away.
No.
This team just keeps coming at you.
Yeah.
They don't have an off switch. And to me, this whole, I mean, I can't believe that those were the same two teams playing each other in the second half. Okay,
I know.
And I'm gonna ask Elks offensive tackle Jordan Murray about the emotional side of football, about the part of football that's between the ears,
right?
Because it showed on Friday night that it's a huge part of the game, right? Because you have two teams. Okay, this is bonkers land. All right, in the first half, Winnipeg had 301 yards. The Elks only had 130 net yards.
Yes.
But when I say the Elks only had 130 net yards, it's like, yeah, they stunk. And they got a lot of that with that Austin Mack drive.
Yes. And well, there was also that deep ball that Fajardo threw to O'Leary Orange.
That's right. And then
right before the fumble.
Turnover.
Right.
So the Elks, even though they had a poor first half, they managed 130 net yards.
Yeah.
Do you know how many yards Winnipeg had net in the second half?
Couldn't have been a lot.
18, Ben. 18 yards in the second half.
That was, yeah.
What's going on? They had 2 first downs.
It was funny. It's like, yeah, it's the polar opposites, because in that first half, I'm sitting there going, the Blue Bombers can do whatever they want right now on offense. Whatever they want. Until the red zone. And the Elks actually did a pretty solid job, which was the reason why they won the game in the end, probably. I remember that 3rd and 5 in the first or second quarter there. Defense holds out.
Right, third and goal. The turnover on downs.
Goal, yep, the turnover on downs.
And, that was a big discussion point, is that, okay, you can say that in the first half, the Elks defense gave up 301 yards.
But they actually did kind of come out clutch in the end.
They did a lot of bending.
Yes.
But they ultimately didn't break.
Right.
Winnipeg went 0 for 3. The only red zone appearances they had were in the first half.
Yeah.
And they came out with 9 points instead of 21. There's the storyline, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Is that, as say what you want about that defense, but they are the reason that team
had the
hung
chance
in there, and then said and gave that offense the time to work through whatever they were working through to come out like a completely different team in the second half.
So one of them was a turnover or downs. The other two resulted in field goals.
Yes, so 6 points, Ben.
Swap out, So swap out the 3 for another 7.
Oh, it's 21 versus 6 points.
Yes,
That's
what I'm
the
saying.
game. Even if they get one of those, Ben,
yes,
I don't think Edmonton comes back.
No, yeah, there's a lot less hope.
So 4-play drive, 31 yards to Austin Mack.
Yeah.
And they have a chance. They're going into halftime thinking, boys, we don't know what that first half was, but it's only a 10-point lead. This is peanuts.
And that's why, like,
boom, two drives, 10 points later in the second half, boom, tie game.
That's why, like, to me, that Austin Mack touchdown, I compare it to hockey. It's that goal in the final minute before the period's done.
Kills you.
Like it's the ball breaker.
Sour
you're
taste.
Like really?
That's a great way to think of it, Benny.
Yeah.
Is that timing of that?
Yeah.
Because Winnipeg's on top of the world.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Like
pretty
much near a dream first half for the Blue Bombers, and
nearly,
and all of a sudden it's like, oh, and this is well within reach for the Elks.
Brady Oliveira rushed for over 100 yards in the first half. He had 7.
I was telling my buddy, he's always like, "Who's their running back?" Brady Oliveira. He's a dog, and then he was non-existent in the back half there. The whole offense, man.
I mean, the time of possession. The Elks possessed the ball for 7 minutes and 7 seconds in the first half. They finished with 29.
Right.
That's 22 minutes of possession out of 30.
Yes.
That's incredible. That's a recipe for success. But that all comes back in full circle to that this team, Ben, 2 years ago, this team would find ways to lose. Now
they're finding ways to win.
And they've found ways to win. And that is such a sign of a mature team. That is such a sign of a team that is moving in the same direction at the same time in lockstep with each other.
To me, I think Matt was talking about it either on the post-game show or on the Hangout, something like that. This team, to me, has accomplished everything they can accomplish in the regular season. Yes, they can go host a West Final, which we'll get to. You know, they're for sure hosting, I think, a West game as long as things don't fall off the rails here. They need to me, there's nothing left to prove in the regular season to me. It's the playoffs now. It's focused on the playoffs. You're beating teams like the Bombers, the teams you should be beating. You're beating the Argos. You've held your own against the Rough Riders. You beat the Alouettes in a game earlier in the season. You've done pretty much everything you can ask for. If you're a fan of this team, you've done everything you can ask for that fandom. It's about showing up in the postseason now.
They have 7 games left.
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, we're heading into the Labor Day. So home and away against the Stampeders, or away and home, sorry. Then they're at Toronto. Then they host Hamilton.
Should be a win.
Then they're at Hamilton.
Should be a win.
And then they host Winnipeg again. I guess they do. Yeah, that would be the third game of that series. And they've already won that season series. First time they've won that season series since 2018. And they finished at the Rough Riders. Everybody was thinking that last game against the Rough Riders, that could be for all the marbles. I don't think it's going to mean a damn thing, because guess what? The Edmonton Elks are going to wrap up the West Division and host a West Division final. You heard it here first. Book it, Dano. They're 4 points up. They're 6 points up on third place. Like, we were talking about maybe hosting a playoff game this year. No.
That's, you can pencil that in now.
The Edmonton Elks will host the West final. They're just too good of a team. They've proven it time and time again. That is my hot take of the day, if you want to say. I really believe it, Benny.
And that's strength to schedule too, man. Like, they have one game against the Rough Riders. They're done with the Alouettes. Do they have any BC games in there? I think they have one.
No. They're done with BC.
BC's
they
done.
Only have Saskatchewan. They're done with BC. They're done with Montreal.
Like, they got one Bombers game, and then the Argos and Hamilton, man. Like, those are two teams that you should be beating.
The team that scares me the most in the West Division right now is BC.
Yes.
And they don't face them one more time. Yeah. They probably will face them in the playoffs.
Yep.
And if things go the way I think they will, they're probably going to face them in the West Final.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Because Nathan Rourke is playing out of this world right now. Did you see what they did to Saskatchewan was just like they had no answer.
So for playoff formatting, if the Elks were to win the West, they get a bye.
They're in the final. They're
into the West Final.
And they stay in Alberta through the Grey Cup.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
It's in
Calgary. So then would it be technically, I mean, obviously there's the crossover, but would it be Rough Riders versus Lions? Or would it be BC?
Yeah, it would be second and third. Yeah. So, but I mean, here's the truth, man. And a reminder, we've got Jordan Murray, Elks lineman, coming up right after the break. BC is 2 points back of Saskatchewan. It might be Saskatchewan going to BC, to be honest with you. Because Saskatchewan, they both have very difficult schedules coming up. So let them figure that out. If the Elks take care of business, they're hosting the West Final right here in Edmonton at the concrete Castle of the North, baby. Let's go. What world are we in? This is awesome.
40K there, you think?
Oh, baby, let's go. Open the upper decks.
It'll be...
Let them go. That'll be so loud.
Awesome. That's the first thing my buddy said to me was like, Are we going to a playoff game here?
Heck yeah, you are. Like, This team's for real. They ain't messing around with anybody. And we're going to talk to one of the guys that is a big, big reason why they are 8-3 at this point. Elks lineman Jordan Murray joining us right after the break. But first, we hear from Brendan Eric.
We've got 10 MLB games tonight on the schedule, including the Tigers taking on the Rays, the Rangers battling the White Sox, and the Twins facing the Athletics. The Astros have made a front office change with GM Dana Brown before Houston mutually agreeing to part ways. The AL West leading Astros have not announced who will be taking over as GM. The Blue Jays are off tonight after wrapping up their recent stretch. Toronto will be back in action tomorrow as they open a series against the Royals. A couple of quick CFL notes. The Ottawa Red Blacks have added Jim Popp as a senior football advisor for the rest of the 26th season. Meanwhile, Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros was dressed at practice but did not participate. And in the NFL, Deshaun Watson has been named the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback ahead of Shedeur Sanders. Watson recently made some strong comments about Browns fans, but apologized for those remarks earlier today. This sports update is brought to you by Say the Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid has a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. At Say the Reid Sport Medicine, get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call 780-460-9977 or visit their website at saythereidsportmed.ca to book an appointment today. The boys back after the break. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
I see Shea is more of a replacement for Kulak than Nurse. Is that wrong?
He's smaller than both of them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like he's not going to be like he's a smart. Like I think Brett Kulak, he was smart. He could get around. He was a good skater. Yeah. I think he's pretty well. I think that's right on par. Maybe a little bit better offensively.
Doyle Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Back to school? Really?
Yay! Really. As things settle back into a school routine in your home, you may need extra space. Sentinel Storage is here to help with a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
The River Cree Resort and Casino features the best in live entertainment, including country music legend Lori Morgan, September 4th.
Except for Monday, which was
She's a Grammy nominee and a CMA Award winner with over a dozen top 10 hits.
part of no, don't you want?
Lori Morgan live at the River Cree September 4th. Tickets for this show and more at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Benny Thomson here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. A reminder that all of Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Visit playalberta.ca/EST for more details. You might like what you see there. And if you decided that you wanted to like what you see there, you might want to take advantage of Jay's Play of the Day, which is coming up later in the show. I had a little help from Brendan Eric, the man with two first names. We put together a little bit of a sweetheart deal, a little sweetheart MLB parlay. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. But first, we are going to go over to the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Given that this next guest is from Texas, I don't think there would be many snowstorms there, if any. This is Elks offensive lineman, the big man, Jordan Murray, joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Jordan, have you ever experienced snow in Texas growing up?
Oh, yeah, growing up for sure. Actually, recent as well. In February, we have about every year or so, we have about a week where everything shuts down because we got like half an inch of ice on the ground.
Oh yeah.
But,
so is it different than the snow here?
So I don't think I've experienced the true snow effect in Edmonton. I got there at the beginning of May, so I'm not too sure. I can imagine it's a lot different though.
Well, the way you guys are playing, you might be playing in snow. Who knows? We'll see. That would be fantastic. Okay, we are joined by Elks lineman Jordan Murray. Thanks for taking time. Hey, I know you're on a bye week. I know you're trying to just take some rest and get away from football, but we really appreciate you hopping on. I mean, what a game. I was talking here. I grew up playing football. I played at the university level here in Canada. I've watched football my whole life, thousands of games. Jordan, have you ever been in a game involved? Like, have you ever been involved in a game that was that quirky, was that odd in the ebbs and flows and how it all worked? Like, what happened on Friday night?
It was unique. The first half, it's a tale of two halves, like a lot of people have been saying. But with a team like we got, you're never out of the fight. It's just one play at a time. I can't say I've been a part of many games like that, but I can also not say that I have been a part of a team that has the resilience to do something like that.
This game screams to me, and it's something that often isn't discussed, but you'll have a great understanding of it, is that football isn't always rah-rah and go, smack someone in the face. A lot of football happens up here between the years. And the emotional side of it, and coming out of halftime with a totally different mindset. Like, how much of that played into a key role in that victory on Friday night?
Well, you go into every game wanting to win, and each team does that. But it's one play at a time. You only can control what you can control each play at a time. And our coaches do a great job throughout the week, schematically, getting us ready in practice for the situations that are likely to happen in the games. And, it's just coming out, at halftime especially, we go in, we regroup, what's going on, why are things not working, and then figure out what we need to do to execute one play at a time coming out the break. it's nice, especially when we get the ball coming out of half, because we get to go set the tone of how we want to finish this game. So, yeah.
You mentioned that, you put yourselves in all sorts of situations in practice. And so I'm curious, you're lined up against Willie Jefferson, in this matchup. And the glaring stat to me at the end of this game is that your O-line left Cody Fajardo not sacked once the entire game. How much pride do you take being a leader for that O-line, and also just the overall matchup itself? Like, what's the scouting routine for facing a guy like Willie Jefferson?
He's a perennial pass rusher in this league, and he has been for years. And they got a couple guys on that front that, can get home. And, at the beginning of the week, our coaches just let us know, hey, what we got to do is stop these people from doing what they want to do. And we take pride in that every week. It doesn't matter who lines up across from us. We take pride in keeping Cody clean. And, I think that's part of the reason why Ed brought a couple of us in to make sure that Cody was standing upright. Because when he's upright, we have a good chance of winning that game, no matter who the opponent is. So, yeah, we start the week like, hey, there's some guys over there, but we got some guys over here too.
Jordan Murray, Elks offensive lineman, joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show, courtesy the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. The Elks social media team deserve an award. They do fantastic work. They always have the video, which I would say goes viral. Jordan, I am in a house full of women. I have a wife and 3 daughters, and my mother-in-law lives with us, so I am outnumbered vastly. However, they ask the next day after a game to watch the clip of the locker room breakdown, because it's just it's awesome. It's passionate. It's emotional. You were a part of that video this week in which you said, I love this team. Might have been another word in there. I love this team. Okay. Jordan, this is your first year with the Elks. How has that happened so fast? That, I mean, you were just past the halfway mark of a season. And I sense that when you said that, I believed you. And how does that help your team succeed? Is that's the feeling in that locker room?
The front office did a great job of bringing people into the organization that not only are great football players, but are great people too. I think Ed made that known in an interview a while back that, it's about the character of the guys in the locker room, not just the performance. Obviously performance, but character plays a big role. And when you got guys that, you can hang out with outside of football and gel with, it makes coming to work every day that much more fun. And I think it also adds an extra factor of, hey, like, I don't want to let this guy next to me down. Especially being an offensive lineman, us 5 working together to make sure that everybody around us can succeed. I think it's just a part of our DNA. And I'm just, when I said that, I meant it, and I'm glad you believed it. I hope everybody believed it. I love this team. I just love being a part of this team because I know that we have a chance to go out there and be victorious every single week as long as we go and execute.
I noticed that you guys had some pretty prime seats at the CPKC Open. I believe that would have been yesterday that you and some of your teammates, I think Jake Julian, Justin Rankin, and Austin Mack and yourself were there taking that on. What was that like? What was that? Have you ever watched a golf tournament like from right up close?
Never. I haven't even, my grandparents, they keep the golf channel on at the house, and, I'll fall asleep. But this time around, I had a great opportunity to go out there and watch them, do their thing. And that's a phenomenal event, just a bunch of skilled golfers, and being able to watch with a couple of my teammates too. It was a great time. That was a great time.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jordan, it's no secret you're a big guy. Okay. The biggest wingspan. All right. I'm sure you've been asked this question. There are things you do in your day-to-day basis that are more difficult for you than I think the average human being.
6'8", 300 pounds.
You would think.
You might. Did you know you have the largest wingspan in the CFL?
I was unfamiliar, but I could have probably guessed.
So then I'll ask you then, Jordan, what's the toughest thing to do with your size?
The toughest thing to do, a daily.
Yeah, like a daily
that annoys you.
Yes,
that it's like to Benny and I, we wouldn't even know, but because you're such a massive individual, it just makes it difficult.
Oh man, I wouldn't say it's tough. You put me on the spot, but getting in a regular shower, like the shower head is usually right in my chest. So I gotta get some knee mobility while I take showers. Smaller vehicles.
Sure.
Got my knee. Oh, this is a good one. So my plane ride back home to Texas. There was no more emergency row seats, so I had to figure out a way to squeeze myself into a regular coach seat, which it is what it is. But yeah, probably riding in transportation for sure.
Yeah. Now, are you back in Texas right now?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Oh wow. Okay, so you must have done some traveling there late in the day. Thank you very much for joining us here. That was my next question. Now, talking about, was that a normal size Gatorade you were just drinking?
Yeah, it didn't look like it.
I knew you were going to say something.
Because, dude, that thing looks miniature in your hands.
I knew you were going to say something, Jay.
I mean, that thing looks like it's a sippy cup, man. Like, geez. Well, that gives you a good size. For those of you watching on YouTube, it makes it look like it's one. The mini Gatorades. That's what it looks like Jordan's drinking. Hey, have you had any more donaires since your first experience with one?
I can't say I have.
Healthy living.
But
right.
Healthy living. They provide us with breakfast and lunch when we come to work, so try to take some home. If not, I probably Uber Eats more than I should. But no, I haven't had any donaires since.
It's the rating was so high with the donaires. He doesn't want to be let down by anywhere else.
Yeah.
Well, I got to bring one for JJ Ross, and I mean, I told Vinny last time, I'm like, if you have another walk-off field goal, I'm bringing you another donaire just to be a good guy because he deserves it. Is it true the nickname for Vincent Blanchard is Wee Wee?
Wee Wee.
That's fantastic.
I Jordan, tell him every day I see him, he's the best kicker in the CFL. But yeah, that's Wee Wee.
He's a great guy and very nice individual as well. Jordan, all the best to you. Enjoy your bye week. Thanks for taking time out of your day, especially from Texas, from home, to join us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. And we'll catch up with you again before the Labor Day matchup.
Absolutely, Jay. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys.
All right. That was Elks offensive lineman Jordan Murray joining us, courtesy the Oil Country Towing Hotline. Jordan Murray was on the hangout.
I got to meet him then.
Yeah. And like we talked about this size and, like looking up at him, it is impressive. And after the show's done today, after 6 o'clock, if you haven't yet, go and watch the Elks locker room video.
Oh, it's awesome.
You think the Gatorade bottle in his hand looks small. Wait till you see Justin Rankin.
Look it up.
Justin Rankin looks like a toddler standing beside Jordan Murray. Jordan Murray, hey, I'll tell you what, that is a massive individual, and that is a guy with a massive heart. He's probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. A beautiful, beautiful guy, and just a wicked football player.
Right.
The old linemen have this ability to just, and they turn into a-holes immediately on the field. Like Jordan Murray, Carter O'Donnell, David Beard, Brendan Bordner, they've all got this flip of a switch that comes on.
I think it comes from care because it's like it's their responsibility to make sure their quarterback does not get touched.
A great point.
It's like it's like a family member. You know what I mean? Like you can be a nice person, but if like someone says something to your mom or something, ooh, I think it's the same kind of relationship there. It's like you don't touch my quarterback, right? Like, and that's
Let's
the job.
Get crazy together,
right? Right.
What a great guest! That was fantastic. Coming up next, we've got a 10-1 or no 90. What is it, Brendan? 92-1.
92-1.
92-1. Jay's play of the day coming up right after the break. First, we're going to hear from our lovely partners here at Edmonton Sports Talk, and then Brendan Eric will bring us back.
The Lock Shop.
This Winnipeg team knows that if they can find a way to win this game tonight, and if BC, who is favored right now, can take care of sort of a beaten up Saskatchewan team, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will be a half game out of first place in the West. So for all the doom and gloom that has been around this team with the way that they've played, they have 5 wins on the season. They can get to 6.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Ford, Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
The second half is yours. Bring the energy and walk in your seat with our new 5-game season pass, because the best way to experience Elks football is being there when it happens. For every tackle, every catch, every touchdown. Plus, every pass comes with a $25 voucher, so you're covered before you even take your seat. Half season, full energy. Get your season pass at goelks.com. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. Hi, it's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
We've got 10 MLB games on the schedule tonight, including the Tigers taking on the Rays, the Rangers battling the White Sox, and the Twins facing the Athletics. The Astros have made a front office change, with GM Dana Brown and Houston mutually agreeing to part ways. The AL West leading Astros have not announced who will take over as GM. The Jays are off tonight after wrapping up their recent stretch. Toronto will be back in action tomorrow as they open a series against the Royals. A couple of quick CFL notes. The Ottawa Redblacks have added Jim Popp as a senior football advisor for the rest of 2026. Meanwhile, Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros was dressed at practice but did not participate. And in the NFL, following Jaden Higgins' season-ending ACL injury, Texans bolster their wideout room by acquiring 24-year-old Kayshon Boutte from the Patriots for 23-year-old safety Jalen Reid and a 2028 7th-round sweetener. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show right now.
Every time I hear this song coming back from a break, I feel like I should be introducing us back. And welcome back to Sportsnet on ITV. My name's Darren Detishin. It just sounds like a sports night.
It does. It does.
Sports night song. Brendan, bring that song up again. Yes, this is peak late 90s, 11:30 sports show. The local sports show. This is, and they'd be like, welcome to Sports Night on ITV. What would your sports broadcasting name be? I'm Goose Looney. Screwball here.
Screwball. Probably Benny the Jet.
Do you regret not coming in with an alias?
At school, my teachers thought I should have went by my first name and middle name.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know about that. I was naive to the fact. But my first appearances here were as Jay Milne,
right?
Who was at that point a vice president of the Edmonton Wildcats.
Right.
So I had no idea I was going to blossom into this as being my career.
Right.
You know, so I didn't even have a choice. You know what? Okay, this is our off-topic topic for tomorrow.
Okay.
Give Benny, myself, and Brendan different radio names.
Okay. Well, yeah, like they always thought that I should go by Archer. Middle name's Archer. The Ben Archer Show.
Right.
Does kind of
like that.
That does kind of roll off the tongue.
I would have went by Double J.
Double J.
Double J.
Yeah.
I would have liked that. Or Slater. Slater J.
Okay. I guess Benny Thomson is technically like a when I refer to myself in radio, I say Benny Thomson, but when like name's Ben Thomson. But yeah, you know,
right.
Like,
yeah, I
guess there's that, but
I don't know. I don't know why I chose to say I was Jay Milne. But my name's Jason Milne.
Yeah.
But Jay Milne, I think, just flows
it does.
So maybe I do have a bit of a name.
Yeah, so we kind of do.
That would be funny. Bad Benny works. Matthew Hyman says.
Well, yeah. Yes.
Poop stains after that. Wonderful guest appearance by Jordan Murray, Elks lineman, says, I like the direction they're going. Big fan of the coach. Yeah, I don't think you can say enough about this team. They've already exceeded expectations, I would say, where they are. And I mean, we're 11 games through the CFL season, sitting at 8-3 atop the West Division. And I don't think they're going to relinquish that top spot throughout the rest of the regular season. So very good things happening. Brendan, do you want to play my music?
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Jay's play of the day is brought to you, as is all of Edmonton Sports Talk, brought to you by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that pulls all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 years of age or older to play. If you gamble, use your game sense. Brendan cooked something up quite interesting. Brendan, what led you to, well, I asked you.
Yeah,
I said, Brendan, let's get you involved here in Jay's Play of the Day.
Yes.
You're wearing kind of a third jersey idea of a Colorado Rockies hat. We know you're an Atlanta Braves fan. You're into the baseball weeds a lot. So what made you come up with this play?
Well, we kind of asked what you were thinking, at least first a little bit of guidance, and you said, "Hey, look, just throw some games together, a couple money lines."
Yeah, I want something that's 92-1. That's what I want.
Right. You didn't ask for that,
and you
delivered.
Boy, did you deliver! Okay, Jay's play of the day. This is Jay and Brendan's play of the day. Texas Rangers, Cleveland Guardians, Athletics, Seattle Mariners, Chicago Cubs, San Diego Padres, and the Cincinnati Reds all to win on the money line.
Boom.
That is plus 9,100 over at Play Alberta.
I like it.
Reid always likes to get the fractional on this. So that is 159 to 10 over 10 for those wondering. No, sorry, 91 to over 1. Duh. Yeah, it's plus 9,100. You're going to want to sprinkle, maybe tinkle. It's worth it. Hey, if you put $1 on it and it hits, you're going to... You'd have at least enough gas to get to Lloydminster and back.
Probably. Yep.
I mean, you're going to Lloydminster. If you put $1 on it, you're going to Lloyd. They have a Firehouse Subs out there.
Hey, there you go.
Go to Firehouse Subs for lunch in Lloydminster, pay for them, and drive back all on your $1 wager. But don't forget,
I'm doing it right now.
Use your game sense always. All right, that was
$2?
Jay's play of the day. Next, Leon Draisaitl, probably with the quote of the year. And I mean, given that it is August 24th, we're going to overanalyze anything that comes out of the Oilers camp. This came out on NHL.com. This was part of the announcement of a partnership between the NHL and Bayern Munich. Leon Draisaitl was in attendance, as was Alphonso Davies, who is a member of Bayern Munich. Leon Draisaitl quoted saying, "We're looking to be coached."
Yeah, I sure did. Leon, I mean, listen, there are people who I think had a lot to say about Chris Knoblauch last year. And I defended him, I think, from some people that were too hard on him, but I also saw the criticism. I think some of it was warranted. But the fact that like this quote is coming out now is saying a lot to me about what that team last year was and kind of the dynamic of that group. And to me, I have a theory.
Okay.
And that to me, that theory is that yes,
Hang on, before you get to that theory, this is the Oil Understood, brought to you by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Understood. We'll go charge your turbo with Cam at GCL Diesel.
Oh.
Go crank your shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Right.
I think. We have a meeting with him tomorrow. I'll go over to make sure the terminology is correct.
Cool.
What's your theory?
So to me, like when I think of McDavid and Draisaitl and they're trying to be coached, I worry to me that they when they have doubt in their coach, they look at their track record. And listen, Jay Woodcroft, Chris Knoblauch, those are both, I believe, their first head coaching jobs in the NHL. They went with newer guys, these new up and coming, and listen, they had good success. Like I'm pretty sure Jay Woodcroft still holds the Edmonton Oilers head coach record for the most winningest coach in regular season history, like percentage wise. Chris Knoblauch was pretty damn successful here until last year, which even then, like a playoff team. But I really believe that's why I was for a change for Chris Knoblauch, because I think when McDavid and Draisaitl are one, the relationship has been established there. Like I think if they were to go into next year, Chris Knoblauch, I don't think that relationship really changes too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Chris Knoblauch is telling them to do something, it's like, hey, what have you done? Subconsciously or maybe consciously.
Oh, who are you to tell me?
Who are you to tell me you're a U of A Golden Bear legend? Cool, man. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to like poo-poo.
No, you're providing a theory.
But this is my theory. Like, I just think that then when they look at their coach that way, it's like, okay, how are you going to tell me anything, right? I run the show here. I'm one of the best players in the NHL. I'm talking about McDavid or Draisaitl. I'm one of the best, man. You let me be, all right? Worry about everyone else around me. I'm not the problem here. When originally this coaching controversy or the coaching decision was coming, it was Bruce Cassidy was rumored to be the guy here. And I was like, okay, I was for it because then it's like, okay, he has coached them at the Olympics, or he's coached Canada at the Olympics, not head coach, but coached. He has won a Stanley Cup recently. This guy is one of the best coaches in the NHL. If he were to tell McDavid and Draisaitl to play a certain way, or hey, you need to fix this, or whatever it is, I think there would be way more prone to listening to Bruce Cassidy. Then Bruce Cassidy didn't work out. So who would they go get? Maybe the most, I don't get me wrong, I understand there's the people that are out there going, he had all these ridiculous teams that he coached and all that stuff. I get it. But you look at the track record for Mike Babcock, it's one of the best of all time. He's got multiple gold medals in the Olympics. He's a Stanley Cup winner. He's been he's a two-time Stanley Cup champion. He's been widely recognized as one of the best coaches of all time. Now there's obviously the off-ice controversy and how he coaches and how is he as a person. That's a completely different discussion. But I think that's what played into this decision was, okay, Mike Babcock is going to say what he wants to say to Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, and they're going to go, well, he's done it.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's been here, done that. He's coached some of the best players of all time. okay, I think it's about time we listen to him. And I'm not saying that's right, and I'm not saying that this could be totally the truth, but this is a quote from Leon Draisaitl in that article. I think he's got a very clear plan, and I think he holds guys accountable. And I think to him, it's not about who it is when it comes to accountability. You know, we're looking to be coached. We're looking to get better. To me, you hear that, you go, okay, all right, it sounds like this is the right guy to be giving him advice. And when it was announced that Mike Babcock was going to be the guy, it came out that Mike Babcock talked to Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Zach Hyman. I believe it was Elliot Friedman on 32 Thoughts said Babcock, he wasn't kissing ass in that interview.
I heard it was quite intense.
From what it sounded like, he was like, no, you guys are just as big of the part of the problem here.
Yeah.
You guys need to change this, and this. I don't like how you guys play in this style. I don't like this. Like, if I'm coaching you, that's what I'm telling you guys. And it sounds like they loved it. So
well, and Leon Draisaitl went on to say as well, and sometimes I sometimes deserve, in quote or in parentheses, to be yelled at too. Just like anyone else does, I don't think Babs is going to care overly much who we are,
right?
In terms of that,
right.
So here's the question then, Ben. Okay, hey, Connor, Leon, they've been both somewhat outspoken because Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl don't talk that much. Mm-hmm. They've talked a lot this offseason about the hiring of Mike Babcock.
Right.
So they are both on the record, so to speak, in saying that, hey, we'll be yelled at. We'll be accountable. Babs thinks we're playing bad. Sit me.
Yeah.
Right? They're saying that. What happens in week 3, or let's say 15 games in, when Babcock benches Leon Draisaitl for a lackluster effort,
right?
Coming back in his own defensive zone, and he sits him for, the rest of the second period. Is that okay? Is Leon going to be okay with that?
Well,
I don't know.
Right.
But we've talked about last week. We talked about so many unknowns around this team heading into this season. That's one of them.
Right.
How are Connor and Leon going to handle Babs taking a piece of flesh when they're watching film?
Right. And so to me, when this hiring was done, I sat there and went, okay, why are we bringing this circus here? Okay. Like this is just ridiculous. Like they could have went out and got a different hard coach, but they go get the hardest coach. Okay. With baggage. But one of the positives I see from this move is the fact that if this falls apart, this isn't just a Stan Bowman problem. This isn't just why did Babcock do? We know what Babcock's going to do. He had it in his press conference. The guy didn't back down one bit. He was the exact same guy. Like there was no, I have changed this and I can. He was like, I'm the same guy. I hope everyone around me can hold me back enough to where I don't get canceled, basically.
Yeah, there's been no change.
There's no change in Mike Babcock. So to me, it's like, okay, if you're McDavid, Draisaitl, or Hyman, you interviewed him, you love what you saw, okay, you are just as big a part of the blame. If this all goes south, you are just as big of part of the blame for if you're Connor McDavid, if you're Leon Draisaitl, you guys had a huge role in this decision. And so, and to me, if Mike Babcock comes in and is doing his Mike Babcock coaching style, and you don't adapt to it, you are the biggest problem here at Edmonton. And I understand, like they're the Golden Boys here. Like they do so much good for the Oilers. They are the two of the best players in the world, but they can also be just as big of the problem.
Well, and now how excited are you, or excited should Oilers faithful be? Like I guess it's excited and sad in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell? They weren't being coached before? Or was it just, that's Connor McDavid. I'm not coaching him. I can't, like, was it our coaches scared to be hard and stern with them? I mean, Knobloch, didn't he bench Leon for a shift?
Yeah, and Leon got all poopy pants.
And he was poopy pants.
Right.
Okay, so now that same situation happens, and Leon's going to be, I guess has he changed? Has Leon changed? Because we've seen it with Leon. Connor McDavid ain't getting benched no matter what. Connor McDavid might have a more defensive-minded focus to some of his game.
I sure hope so.
But some of the greatest parts of Connor McDavid are that he does fly the zone sometimes, right?
Just give me that balance.
It's a double-edged sword, where you're damned if you do and you're damned. Do you really want to take that away from Connor McDavid?
Right. No,
entirely.
The coaching style is going to be interesting to follow with Babcock. And he referred to Steve Yzerman in his press conference too, I believe, where just talking about how Steve Yzerman had to change his game to become a Stanley Cup champion. And maybe that's what Connor McDavid's got to do. But to me, about the whole, are they going to want to be coached? All this stuff. To me, you can't be doing this media tour here, saying that type of stuff in an article and then not follow your actions. To me, if you are going to, I understand, okay, yeah, they kind of got forced into this interview with Mike Babcock, okay, but they have come out to the media, and they could have kept it very.
Was it
bland.
not Babcock that said he wanted to meet with them?
Babcock was the one that was
and which I respect.
Debating. Right.
Hey, okay, if I'm going to put my neck out there, and he knew the hellfire he was going to go through if his name was brought up. Right. If I'm going to stick my neck out there, I better make sure these guys are on my page.
Yes.
I'm not on their page. They're on my page.
And which is why I say, I understand, yes, this is a management decision, but I'm telling you right now, if Babcock goes into that meeting, tells Connor McDavid, hey, you need to play this way, Drexel, you need to play this way, you guys haven't been doing that, all that stuff, and McDavid goes to Bowman and goes, I did not like that interview. I'm getting told that.
Then it would have been done.
That move does not happen.
That's a great point.
He does not get hired.
That's a great point.
But to me, the leaders, they said, okay, all right, we need to be coached. He just told us what we need to do better. Okay, I'm fine with that. To me, you and then you go to the media and you say you can't wait to be coached and you can't wait to all this stuff. You can't say all this stuff all to the media and then get all poopy pants. I'll be very, very keen to see how that is on pre and post. If I'm seeing Draisaitl, and listen, players are gonna get pissed off. I'm not expecting Draisaitl to sit there with a smile on the end of the bench. Of course, there's gonna be emotions involved in this. But to me, I don't want to see any ripping of the coach in the media from the players after. I don't want to hear stuff coming out about how players are unhappy with how they're being coached. You wanted this. You wanted this. This is your, as much as the management plays a role, this was your decision. It's time to face the consequences if there are any.
You know what? We're going to kick this conversation over into buying or selling. As we alluded to off the top, we're going to take the 5 facets of the Oilers organization and break them down this entire week for buying or selling for David Bunting. We've got management, forwards, defense, goaltending, and coming up right after the break, it's going to be buying or selling for Damon Bunting. We're looking at this coaching staff because there's a coach who's not talked about a lot that could be a little bit more, could play a bigger role than I think a lot of people would expect, or maybe he's not getting the attention of a Mike Babcock for good and for bad reason. But first, Brendan Eric, take us away.
We've got 10 MLB games on the schedule tonight, including the Tigers taking on the Rays, the Rangers battling the White Sox, and the Twins facing the Athletics. The Astros have made a front office change with GM Dana Brown and Houston mutually agreeing to part ways. The AL West leading Astros have not announced who will take over as GM. The Blue Jays are off tonight after wrapping up their recent stretch. Toronto will be back in action tomorrow as they open a series against the Royals. A couple of quick CFL notes. The Ottawa Redblacks have added Jim Popp as senior football advisor for the rest of the 26 season. Meanwhile, Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros was dressed at practice but did not participate. And over to the NFL, Deshaun Watson has been named the starter for the Cleveland Browns ahead of Shedeur Sanders. Watson recently made some strong comments about Browns fans but apologized for those remarks earlier today. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area for over 30 years. Windsor Plywood has doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The boys get back into the Oilers talk for buying and selling after the break. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Marshall Ferguson, CFL on TSN.
I mean, heck, guys, I was covering the Philpott Bowl last week. During the pregame introductions, they're like, number 85, Jalen Philpott, and the crowd popped. Like, with my headset on, and I took my headset off, I'm like, oh my God, did they just actually, like, lose their minds in a pregame introduction? That never happens in the CFL. So, homegrown heroes, to me, the Alouettes have probably got 2 of the top 5 when it comes to Tyson and Davis Alexander right now. It's just the reality.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Celebrate 50 years of the Toronto Blue Jays with Sentinel Storage. Enter for your chance to win the ultimate Jays collection of memorabilia. Visit bluejays.com/Sentinel Storage contest to enter and see full contest rules. Sentinel Storage, official storage provider of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Ben Thomson. We've got Brendan Eric working the ones and twos behind the scene. A reminder that we're coming to you live from the Canadian Brewhouse studio, where the wing flavor of the month is bourbon peach. Smooth bourbon, sweet peach, spicy, bold, bursting with roasted flavor. Check them out at the Canadian Brewhouse. Wing Wednesday coming up this week. I might be partaking in some wings. We'll see. Should be fun. Also, a reminder that portions of this hour of the Reid Wilkins Show are brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Visit goelks.com/Labor Day Bus. Promo code EST Labor Day gets you $15 off. Okay? Goelks.com/Labor Day Bus, or just go to edmontonsportstalk.com, click on Labor Day Bus, and you'll see that you can join EST on their journey down to Calgary for the Labor Day game. $160, but if you use promo code EST Labor Day Bus,
$10 off,
$15
$15 off. So
yes.
$145.
So this just in from our coup, Matthew Awanek. There's only 30 spots left on these 2 buses. There's only 30 spots left. So if you are planning or were planning on coming on the Labor Day bus, joining us, Edmonton Sports Talk on the Labor Day bus, do it now, because these will sell out. I can tell you that. There's only 30 left, and we're over, just under 2 weeks out from that. So head over to edmontonsportstalk.com, click on Labor Day bus, and use promo code EST Labor Day. All right, as mentioned before the break, we've got to get to buying or selling for Damon Bunting, who has been a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 17 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. community driven. He understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out on DamonBunting.com or the Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate. We're going to look around the 5 facets of the Edmonton Oilers organization: management, goaltending, defense, forwards, and coaching, which is where we're going to start today. I mean, obviously, Mike Babcock kind of, controlled or took over the talk when it is concerning the Oilers coaching staff. But DJ Smith was also hired as an associate coach. DJ Smith coached with Mike Babcock in Toronto. What are your thoughts on DJ Smith? And listeners, if you're listening, if you're watching, send in your thoughts on DJ Smith. Send in your thoughts on Paul McFarland. Send in your thoughts on Peter Aubry, the goaltending coach. Let us know what you think. 780-218-9999. Benny, what are your thoughts?
So, I mean, with DJ, I think he's a fantastic assistant coach. I don't necessarily think I'd want him being the head coach of my team, just looking at his track record. But the thing I know about him, though, is that he's a really good D coach. And he really, thinks of the game well defensively. He's coaching the LA Kings, who are a very stingy defensive team. You go back to Toronto with Babcock. I think Babcock really puts the pressure. So how I understand it kind of is Babcock is the brains behind everything, right? Obviously that's the head coach. We've had people on our shows here talking about how he's the best X's and O's guys in hockey is Mike Babcock. Best X's and O's. So I think Babcock is going, okay, this is the X's and O's. This is kind of what I want the systems to be. DJ, you push that on the defenseman. And I like that they have history together, that they've done this before. They've worked with each other. It kind of sounds like DJ Smith is a guy that kind of holds Babcock back a little bit in certain situations. Hey, let's simmer down here in certain situations. But I'm excited for him. I think Mark Stewart was a guy who was a younger coach that they were kind of hoping would kind of prosper into being a really good D coach in the NHL. I happen to know, I've not through a third person, basically, in a way of talking to someone that was a D man and played for Mark Stewart here in Edmonton. And they had good things to say about him. It just wasn't, it's not like that veteran voice, you know what I mean? And so I think DJ Smith will be that for the Oilers. And so I'm happy that they've made that change. And I mean, same for Babcock and over Knobloch as well.
Do you think it says a lot about the hiring of Mike Babcock that DJ Smith would come on as an associate head coach when, he was a head coach with Ottawa,
right?
He was briefly, after the Jim Hiller firing in LA, a head coach with LA. Do you think that it speaks volumes to his belief in Mike Babcock, his belief in what the Oilers are doing, given that he's willing to take an associate role at this stage of his career?
I mean, you look at the opportunity he has. Right, he gets to coach a team that's in a win now mode with a coach that, in my opinion, is a boomer bust type coach. This is either going to work out really well for this team or go horribly. And I think for him, this is an exciting opportunity, because what happens if it goes well? You're a Stanley Cup champion here at Edmonton. I think there's a great opportunity here, but it's also, I think it's a fun project for him too, because it's a team that has never had an offense issue. It's net, the scoring goals has never really been the issue for the Oilers. It's about if they can keep it out of their own net, and specifically the PK last year. And I think that's going to be a huge responsibility for DJ Smith, is that you got to fix that PK. Now they added Jason Dickinson at the deadline. They added Connor Murphy, who they've read up over the offseason. Matthew Joseph is a guy that DJ Smith is familiar with in LA as a PK guy.
Sure.
They've strengthened up the penalty kill, and I'm curious to see how that all pans out. I'm pretty sure Ryan Shea was a good PK guy last year. To me, that's a big thing. It's a really big thing, is if they can improve that PK. It's a fun project for DJ Smith to take on. And I think, like you're saying, it adds something that he's willing to go back and join Mike Babcock again. Obviously, yes, there's a baggage with Mike Babcock and all that, and I get it. But guys are willing to either come back and play for him or coach with him. We're seeing it with Kapanen and Freddie Anderson, right? They were Leafs, coached under Mike Babcock. Captain returns here. Anderson signs here. Clearly, there are guys that are still willing to be around him.
Are you surprised that it wasn't a full house cleaning? Like, I'm surprised that Paul McFarland stuck around. I'm surprised that Peter Aubrey stuck around.
Yeah.
Who were here under the former regime. Usually head coaches and even general managers are going to say, hey, what do you want to do here?
Right.
A lot of people are going to want to clear the slate so they can work with, quote unquote, their guys.
Right.
Now, Paul McFarland, I mean, they had the number one power play in the league.
Right.
Their penalty kill was not great, but it wasn't in the bottom third. It was middle of the pack-ish. I'm not surprised he stuck around, but I am surprised.
I was like, hey, Paul McFarland, that's the guy. Like that was a null block hire. Like, I'm kind of surprised he's sticking around. Paul McFarland was an assistant coach for Mike Babcock in 2019.
There it is.
So I was very confused by that too. And then I can't remember, someone mentioned that. And I was like, oh, and I looked into it. Like, yeah. So Paul McFarland was assistant coach for Mike Babcock. So they do have a connection there too. So Peter Aubrey, I'm not surprised. They just hired him, and goalie coaches are kind of different to the rest of the staff. But I am curious. Like, I think it was only for 1 year they've been around each other, but clearly, like, this is, again, Babcock brought in his own guy for defense. He's worked with the offensive guy. Here we go. And I wouldn't put too much of the power play on Paul McFarland personally. To me, I think that's a lot of just Glenn Gulleton's influence has been there, and then left, and the guys in Edmonton were kind of just like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna stick with what Gulleton taught us in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And Gulleton goes to Dallas, and Dallas has the second best power play in the league. So,
interesting question comes in on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can send yours in to 780-218-9999. This is from Bob Christensen. Does he want to be associate coach, or is he expecting Babcock to be fired and he will be head coach? Who he's referencing here is associate coach DJ Smith. I don't believe that. I don't think coaches take the associate coach job to say, ooh, I hope it goes bad, and then he gets fired, and then I'm the interim. I honestly think he really believes in Mike Babcock. I think he is a soldier of Mike Babcock. He's a believer in the Babcock way. And he was asked and said, hey, come with me. We're starting over again.
Yep.
The band's getting back together. Let's do this in Edmonton. And he said, yes, sir.
I do think there is a small little angle. Like, to me, like when I went back and I watched that presser, you can kind of see the power dynamic in that coaching room. From kind of what I gathered was Mike Babcock's going to be Mike Babcock, talking in third person. Babcock's going to do what he wants. He's going to say what he wants. He's going to coach how he wants. And if the players have a problem, they go to DJ Smith. And DJ Smith's gonna go, okay, all right, sympathize with them, and then go to Babs going, hey, you're doing a little too much here. Let's simmer down. That's kind of how I see the power dynamic. And so to me, I think, listen, Babcock isn't a long-term coach. Like, I would be surprised if Mike Babcock is still coaching the Edmonton Oilers after 3 years. I would be surprised. Not just, and the Oilers go.
You would be surprised, or you wouldn't be surprised?
I would be surprised if he's coaching more than 3 years.
If he's coaching here in 3 years, this team has 2 Stanley Cups.
Yes. He has 2 Stanley Cups, and he still has a love for coaching at this point. I don't know. Maybe he'll coach until his deathbed. I don't know. But like, he's getting up there in age. He was enjoying retirement.
If he's coaching here in 3 years, this team for sure has 1.
Oh, at least.
Right?
Yes.
And maybe not this year, but maybe next year. I don't know. Maybe this year.
So maybe DJ Smith is looking at, and so let's say the Babcock tenure here goes well. They win a Stanley Cup, maybe 2, and Babcock's going, you know what? My time is done here. They're going to promote DJ Smith.
Oh, sure.
That's what it would be,
and
right?
Because he's part of that system. He's part of that coaching lineage and that same coaching style, the same coaching playbook that Mike Babcock uses. One more before we get out. We've got Odell Willis, the mayor of Swaggerville, joining us after the break, talking some Wildcats, talking some Double E. Are the Oilers Stanley Cup contenders right now?
Well, what's your definition of a contender?
A contender, like one of 6 teams that you think should
one of
or
6
could win the Stanley Cup.
Yes,
one of 6.
One of 6. Yep.
Really?
Yep. I would throw them right in that 6th spot. I think, to me. Carolina's going to be right there. Florida is back. Florida will be there. Colorado will be there. And then I think there's that, like, Dallas, Minnesota. To me, they're in that Dallas, Minnesota, Vegas, Tampa range. Like, I think they're all like to me. There are 3 teams ahead of everyone else in terms of like favorites to win the Stanley Cup. Colorado, Carolina, and Florida are to me are the 3 teams that are like, okay, those should be the top 3. And then after that, I think there's a tier of Dallas, Minnesota, Edmonton, Vegas, Tampa, maybe even Montreal. Those are kind of the teams that I think I would put in that next tier. Again, we'll see. But I a lot can change over the next little while here. But I believe they're up there, man. I understand like this was a tough year they had last year, but
it's interesting because like as Rip City Step says, if you have McDavid and Draisaitl,
you always have a chance.
You've got a chance. You're a contender.
You always
right?
will. Always will. I mean, like we saw it in that Calgary series a couple of years ago. It was just take over.
And I mean, you've got to look at this team saying they got rest, they got healthy, and they've had an actual offseason. I think that is one of the biggest.
That's one of the biggest ads.
Maybe, I guess, undervalued or underappreciated aspects of the Oilers' early exit is that they actually had an offseason.
That's why I remember talking to my buddies before the playoff series. I was like, if they don't win the Stanley Cup this year, I want them out in the first round. Get them out. Just get them done. Get them out. Have it sting. Have this loss sting a little bit. Have this year be a disappointment. Get out early. Have a long summer. Just I think this team desperately needed it. And I think we'll see that. They have a favorable start to the schedule to start off this season. I think that'll better fit everything. I think this new system, to me, like there's a lot of people that are going to be pissed off at the Babcock hiring, and I get it. And people aren't too fond of Stan Bowman, but I think there are some moves that have been made this offseason that, whether you like it or not, I think will benefit this team. I'm not saying that they're the Cup favorite, but I'm saying they've put themselves in a position to go compete for one.
This was a great conversation for buying or selling for Damon Bunting Real Estate. All right, we've got to get out. We've got a very special guest coming up after the break. We've got a packed last hour and a half of the show here. We've got Odell Willis, the one and only Odell Willis, the mayor of Swaggerville, joining us on the Reid Wilkins Show after we get back. Wildcats defensive line coach is Odell Willis. And of course, Double E alum, won a Grey Cup in 2015. We're going to talk about both of those teams right after the break. Brendan, take it away.
We've got 10 MLB games on the schedule tonight, including the Tigers taking on the Rays. The Rangers battle the White Sox, and the Twins face the Athletics. The Astros have made a front office change with GM Dana Brown and Houston mutually agreeing to part ways. The AL West leading Astros have not announced who will take over as GM. The Jays are off tonight after wrapping up their recent stretch. Toronto will be back in action tomorrow as they open a series against the Royals. A couple of quick CFL notes. The Ottawa Redblacks have added Jim Popp as senior football advisor for the rest of the 26 season. Meanwhile, Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros was dressed at practice, but did not participate. And in the NFL, following Jaden Higgins' season-ending ACL injury, the Texans bolstered their wideout room by acquiring 24-year-old Kayshon Boutte from the Patriots for 23-year-old safety Jalen Reid and a 2028 7th-round sweetener. This sports update is brought to you by The Ranch. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. That's why they're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Visit theranchgolf.com to book a tee time today. Odell Willis, after the break. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
I always tell myself now, and I think it's starting to really show in my game. I just, nice and easy. I say that, nice and easy swing trip. Just nice and easy.
What it has to be.
Yeah, nice and easy. Like,
you
play
sound like
safe.
happy.
So, it's funny when I say that, and then I just completely shake it. Then I really sound like happy. God damn. You know, beep, beep, beep.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences. Plus, all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom. And from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Wednesdays just got saucier at Mr. Mike's. It's Wing Wednesday, every Wednesday from 4 p.m. till close. Get 10 wings for just $10 or go big with the Wings and Frings platter for $19.98. Wash it all down with $7 steins of Antler Ale or Bighorn Lager because wings were never meant to fly solo. Add fries, onion rings, or lodge chips for $4.99 because wings deserve a wingman. Great wings, cold beer, Wednesdays done right. Dine in only at participating Mr. Mike's locations. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The second half is yours. Bring the energy and walk in your seat with our new 5-game season pass, because the best way to experience Elks football is being there when it happens. For every tackle, every catch, every touchdown. Plus, every pass comes with a $25 voucher, so you're covered before you even take your seat. Half season, full energy. Get your season pass at goelks.com. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Reminder, we are coming to you live from the Canadian Brewhouse studio, where it's Wing Wednesday this Wednesday. Check out their wing flavor of the month, the Bourbon Peach. You're going to want to try it. It is lovely. Just like this next guest is a lovely man, a bit of a hero here in Edmonton. The mayor of Swaggerville joining us on the Oil Country Towing video. This is the voices of the game for Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. We are joined by alum and Edmonton Wildcats defensive line coach Odell Willis. Odell, how are you?
Yeah, how y'all doing, baby?
We're doing good. We're doing really good, but I would say I brought my helmet in from when I played Wildcats. You can't see it because it's in the middle of the screen. I am a proud alumni today. Odell, how are the vibes with that Edmonton Wildcats team?
The vibes are good, man. The vibes are good. Like I say, I can't speak on the past, but from this year, man, the vibes are good. The kids believe, they bought in to the system, and like I said, I'm just there to bring energy and help change the culture.
You are the mayor of Swaggerville. You have been for quite some time. Congrats on your success, Mr. Mayor. How much swagger, how important is it? I saw a video of you pregame with the team, and it went something like, oh, bleep, somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Oh, bleep, somebody. That's swagger, isn't it? Like, how important is swagger to this team?
That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, if you believe in yourself, can't nobody stop you. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, on the outside looking in at first, that's one of the main things that I like to bring is like confident. Like, if you do something, do something with confidence. Don't do it with no second doubt or second guessing yourself. So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, you got to have confidence. And if you don't have nothing to get you going, to get that confidence in your head, what are you out there for? Like, even going to work, you have to get yourself ready to go to work and put in those 8 to 10 hours or however many hours you're doing. So, you know, just so happen, you know, our little chant, that's how we get going, baby. Hey, somebody about to get there. We ain't put in all this work and practice for no reason. So somebody got to feel it.
That's fantastic. The Edmonton Wildcats, a convincing win Saturday night against the crosstown rival Edmonton Wildcats, against the Edmonton Huskies, 42-13, dismantled the team. What went well for you and the Edmonton Wildcats on Saturday night?
Well, just for me, I just wanted the game to be won in the trenches. Like, you know, since I've been playing ball, that's where the game been won at. And I told them, like, guys, if we control the trenches, everything else will be a domino effect. And you basically seen it. The first 3 plays of the game was made by my D-line. First play, forced fumble. Second play, tackle for a loss. Third play, sack. You know what I'm saying? So when you start the game off like that, you know, up front, I mean, it's hard for a team to try to find their motion and regain that momentum. Yeah, you can get a big play with your receivers, but if you still getting your tail whooped in the trenches, no, none of that matters. Because, you know, in a game, it's 50, 60 plays. Everybody going to have a big play. But where's the game being controlled at? And like I said, the game was controlled in the trenches, like on both sides of the ball. Like, we got after their quarterback, and we gave Macos time to throw the ball. And the only time he got sacked was when he held on the ball for like 8 seconds. So if you can't get there in 8 seconds, I mean, you might need to find you another profession. But, I mean, if you look at it, we own the trenches, and we take pride in owning the trenches. And that's just not on the defensive side of the ball. It's on the offensive side of the ball, and it starts in practice. I wish I could see how hard we go against each other in practice in the trenches because, like I say, for me, that's where the game is won at. And if you can't win the trenches, it's going to be a long ball game.
Odell Willis joining us here for the Voices of the Game for Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're going to get into some Elks talk, but first, is this your first time? Like, I know you've run your camps and your training program. Is this your first time coaching, Odell?
No, I actually.
Well, you coached with the Elks for a year or two, didn't you?
Yeah, I was with me. It was me and Mondo on the D-line. Right. The year Jones got fired. So, you know, that jump started it off, and that basically sparked my interest because I'm just like, I didn't want to coach at first. I'm like, but once I got into it, I'm like, damn, this shit fun. And then honestly, once you see kids taking your coaching to the field and it works, it was like, that what sold me. You know what I'm saying? That what really sold me. What's the kid we had that's with the Cardinals now? Noel. Dang, what's that kid's name? But anyway, he led the team with like 9 sacks. But it was like I was in his ear every day, like, man, how great you want to be, bro, like, because you got it. And like I say, he did what he got to do. He was up tied at first place in the league for sacks. Now he been with the Cardinals for 2 years. So I'm just like, man, I could really, you know I could play the game, but I could really coach this game too. So that sparked my interest. And like I said, one call led to another, and now I'm with the Cats. And like I said, I feel like I got the best D-line in the CJFL.
Well, one of those players on the D-line is a son of a guy that I played Bears football with, also played Wildcats with, and that's Cale Cumpula. Now, Cale is a first-year player out of Cold Lake. He said to me that you come up with some really creative nicknames for the players. How do you come up with all these nicknames, Odell?
Honestly, it's like the first thing that come to my head when I look at them. Like, it's no disrespect to the kids. It's just like some of these kids' name, I know their name, but when I'm trying to get a point across and I can't think of their name, it's like I'm calling you the first thing that come to my head. Like my one kid, we got Pot Roast. We got pot roast. We got crayons. we got Queen Latifah. Like, we got man child. So, it just come from like the kid man child. He's 17, 8. He's just turned 18. He's 6'4", 250.
Jeepers.
Like he has a grown man body with a young kid mind frame. Pot roast, every time you see him, he got a whole bunch of good out. And that's the first thing I think about. Like, son, how much pot roast and potatoes and carrots you been eating? And
what crayons? What about crayons?
Crayons. When I got my guy Adam Bangera, which I love to death. The kids, he's having a hell of a year, but he have slow moments. And no disrespect, it's all jokes and stuff. So I'm like, Bangera, stop acting like you stayed in one classroom all day.
That makes sense.
You kind of get what I mean by it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
gotcha.
Because I tell him something and he'll just stop and he'll just go spaced out like I'm speaking French, and I'm just like, son, come on now. You got to speed up your thought process. So, like I said, we just have fun. They enjoy it. I enjoy it. We all have fun with it. So, like I said, it's no disrespect to nobody or how things go. It's just what I can come up with on the fly.
Yeah, it's perfectly normal and in good form to have epic nicknames, and it sounds like you've nailed it. Look, thank you for your time again, Odell. This is Odell Willis, the mayor of Swaggerville, joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Elks walk-off win Friday. How surprised are you that this team has an 8-3 record right now?
That's the thing. I'm not surprised. Like, I don't understand why people are surprised. I mean, I could understand it because we've been getting our tails kicked the last 5-6 years, but you got to understand, we've been close. We just needed the right pieces. And once Cody stepped in last year, actually, even before Cody, when we had Benny Thomson, and we went on that short little winning spree, and then everybody wanted Trey Ford, and it's just like, Trey Ford's not ready. But that's what everybody wanted, and I just leave it at that, and we're now seeing that he wasn't it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we almost made the playoff with Benny Thomson. So we come back the next year, everybody's still on the Trey bandwagon, but I'm just like, he's not ready. And there's no knock on the kid because he's a hell of an athlete. He just not having played in enough meaningful games to catch up with the game speed. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he's a hell of an athlete, but when Cody took over in the second half, you seen the difference in the offense, and you seen the potential that we had. So now this year, we got a veteran quarterback who's been there, done that. We got some veteran leaders who took the hard times, and now they're enjoying the good times. Like, you have to go through that. Same way I was. In 2013, we had a young Mike Riley, bunch of young guys. We had to figure it out. And right now, the guys has figured it out. They just needed a few more pieces, which what they have. And right now, they playing lights out. And hats off to Ed and that coaching staff. Hats off to Chris Morris, the president. Hats off to everybody in that organization who've helped change not only the mindset and the attitude, but then got the culture back to the old Eskimo ways. And you can see it on the field. Like, you can see it. The crowd, we getting our crowd back. And like I said, we just getting back to Eskimo football. And like I said, I'm not surprised. I'm just happy to finally see it starting to turn over.
You mentioned that, Odell, with your time playing here in Edmonton, the 2015 team you were a part of. There was a 14-4 record in the regular season. You guys go on to win the Grey Cup. Are you seeing any similarities from that 2015 team to the team we're seeing now here in Edmonton?
Yup, very similarities. Because look at Cody. He might not be Mike Riley, but guess what? He uses his legs like Mike Riley, and he makes smart plays like Mike Riley. Running back situation. Just so happened, we got Justin Rankin. But guess what? In 15, we had a John White. We had a Keem Shire. We had the Bell kid. We had a great running game. You know what I'm saying? At receiver, we got Mac. Matt could be compared to he's not as good, but he could be Darius. We got the Luther kid. He could be like D. Walk. We have those key pieces, offense and defense. They playing lights out. You got Kearney with pressures, leading the league in pressures. He got like 4 sacks. Noah, he got like 4 sacks. So you got your bookends causing pressure. You got your boys on the back end locking down, and we playing great special teams. So it's almost like deja vu all over again. You know what I'm saying? A decade later, you basically seeing history repeat itself.
Odell Willis joining us here. Thanks for your time. I have one more for you because, as you know, the Elks are off on a bye week, and then it's right into the Labor Day series. Any Labor Day moments from your tenure that stick out? Some good conversations with the other team, or some heated conversations, or what you got?
Well, it's always been F the other side. You know what I'm saying? Forget them ponies. We don't care nothing about them ponies. But, it's always been, I always like getting the sack on Bo Levi and talking crap in his ear. Even though, I think we went by even with the Labor Day, but it was always good going back and forth with Bo Levi and Derek Dennis. So, especially with Dennis, we stayed talking in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? But it was all fun and games. We enjoyed it. It was a great battle. And like I say, I was just happy that I feel like we came out with more dubs than they did when it came to Labor Day.
Odell, this was fantastic. Thank you for taking time. Now, are you got the shop there on 67th Ave?
No, we actually getting the new one. I actually getting the new one. So, once it's finished, I don't want to jinx it, but once it's finished, I have an address, and we'll have a grand opening that I hope you guys wouldn't mind, bringing your show to.
Oh, well, we'd love to. Now, is it going to be called the Athletes Compound again?
No, we dropping it. We just naming it the Compound.
Oh, the Compound. All right. So we'll
Straight
follow
Compound,
that.
so. Where
can people follow you so that they can follow, the progress of this?
Okay, if you want to follow everything, you can follow my Instagram, at Odell Willis, or at Country Kane, at KUNTRYKANE 205, and all the progress and updates will be right there for you guys.
All right, Odell, this is great. Thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your week. And, hey, a big matchup again coming this weekend at Emerald Hills at home. I will be there in attendance cheering you guys on as you guys go kick the Hilltops' asses again. How about that?
Oh, shit. Somebody about to get their ass kicked.
All right. Odell, have a great week. We'll see you. We'll have to catch up with you again. This was great.
All right, you too, fellas. Thanks for having me.
All right, that was Odell Willis, W alum, Wildcats defensive line coach, bringing the energy on a Monday afternoon. That is the energy
someone gonna get their ass kicked.
Everybody really needed. Oh, what a great guest! We've had him on before. I mean, that guy. I could just talk with him I could have talked with football with him and Benny for the rest of the afternoon. It would have been fantastic. Fantastic guest. All right, we've got our check-in. Our NFL kickoff preview, we're going to Atlanta to check on the Atlanta Falcons. We've got Daniel Flick coming up on the Oil Country Towing Hotline right after the break. But first, we hear from our partners and Brendan Eric.
Two guys and a goalie.
By trading Nurse and bringing in Shea and Mook-Madulin, did Bowman meaningfully improve the blue line? 39.9% of people say yes, 21.8% of people say no, and 38.3% of people said maybe.
Okay, so it's close. It's not that lost.
It's close between maybe and yes.
The potential is there for it to be better, sure.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Celebrate 50 years of the Toronto Blue Jays with Sentinel Storage. Enter for your chance to win the ultimate Jays collection of memorabilia. Visit bluejays.com/Sentinel Storage Contest to enter and see full contest rules. Sentinel Storage, official storage provider of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
The River Cree Resort and Casino features the best in live entertainment, including country music legend Lori Morgan, September 4th.
Except for Monday, which was
She's a Grammy nominee and a CMA Award winner with over a dozen top 10 hits.
part of no, don't you run.
Lori Morgan live at the River Cree September 4th. Tickets for this show and more at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Back to school? Really?
Yay! Really. As things settle back into a school routine in your home, you may need extra space. Sentinel Storage is here to help with a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
We've got 10 MLB games on the schedule tonight, including the Guardians taking on the Angels, the Athletics battle the Twins, and the Mariners face the Phillies. The Astros have made a front office change, with GM Dana Brown and Houston mutually agreeing to part ways. The AL West leading Astros have not announced who will take over as GM. The Blue Jays are off tonight after wrapping up their recent stretch. Toronto will be back in action tomorrow as they open a series against the Royals. A couple quick CFL notes. The Ottawa Redblacks have added Jim Popp as a senior football advisor for the rest of the 26th season. Meanwhile, the Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros was dressed for practice but did not participate. And in the NFL, following Jaden Higgins' season-ending ACL injury, the Texans bolster their wideout room by acquiring 24-year-old Kayshon Boutte from the Patriots for 23-year-old safety Jalen Reid and a 2028 7th-round sweetener. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports Talk. I am Jay Milne. This is Benny Thomson. We've got Brendan Eric working the ones and twos. A reminder, Benny is co-hosting this entire week. Reid is off this week, but the return of the king happens Monday, August 31st. You'll have Reid back in this big seat. All right, let's continue our NFL kickoff preview as we head down to Atlanta, and we are joined on the Oil Country Towing phone hotline by Daniel Flick of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Dan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. Happy to hop on with you guys.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate the time greatly. Look, I'm going to jump right to it. The QB battle in Atlanta officially kicks off here with Michael Penix Jr. cleared to start, full practice. When this team opens their regular season September 13th at Pittsburgh, who's the starting quarterback?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? So the way that I've kind of viewed it, I think it's still wide open, right? I really do. And I think the fact that it still is wide open, even though we haven't seen Michael Penix throw a pass 11 on 11 until today, I tend to think that helps him quite a bit in that regard. The fact that, the whole off season, every time they do 11 on 11, it was just Tua pretty much. He saw a vast majority of the snaps. And the fact that he was fine, but didn't necessarily leave any doubt that he was the guy. I think leaves a window open for Mike. And the team loves Mike. And I think that's important, too, as well. I think they love Tua as well. I don't want that to be construed, but I do think it's important to realize that Mike is going into year 3 here. He's got great chemistry with the rest of their young core who's been locked up for a handful of years. And he's got an incredible arm. And so I think the fact that the door is open for him, he's got everything that he needs to be able to go out and win the job. I think it's still all within play for him. And so I think we're going to see more. We'll see how much he does tomorrow and Wednesday, and if he gets a chance to play Friday. That'll be a big one if he can actually play in a live game. I think that's really important for him. Tua, I still think, has a little bit of an edge just because he's, again, played with the ones in every 11-on-11 period that they've done from OTAs until now. So I still think he's well positioned, but I do think Michael, considering that he hasn't taken a team snap until today and it's August 24th, the fact that he still has a shot is very encouraging for his hopes as well.
Daniel Flick of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. A lot of fantasy drafts are going on right now or in the coming days, and Bijan Robinson's name is coming up at the top of that list a lot of times. Extended 3 years, a huge contract in the offseason. Is he being used to the best of his abilities, or do you think the Falcons can find different ways to get the ball in his hands?
Yeah, it's super hard to judge how this staff exactly is going to use Bijan, just because, again, you're not trying to get your all-pro running back, killed in training camp. But last staff, I felt like really maximized. I mean, he finished with, almost 2,300 yards from scrimmage, which is the most by any player in the league since 2019. There's a blueprint there for how to use him, and I think Atlanta will try to follow a little bit of what last year's staff did. And I also think it's worth noting that, Atlanta's quarterbacks have an expression in their room called just Bij it, which is pretty much whenever you're in trouble, just find Bijan and hit him and just kind of let him do the rest. So I think that's an important note as well, is that, I'm not sure how their passing offense will look. I think a lot of it will depend on who starts, but they've been a top 10 rushing offense for each of the last 4 years. They've got a really good offensive line that is growing and growing the more that their primary 5 play together, which only just began last week, but they've got pieces there. And I think Bijan, again, he's going to be heavily used. I think Brian Robinson's shown more as a pass catcher this year than I expected him to. He's caught more passes than I thought that he would. And if you kind of look back at his career, he hasn't really been too terribly involved as a weapon in that regard. So that's been one of the more interesting things that I've gleaned this offseason. But I do think Bijan is still going to be I think he'll still lead the team overall in collective touches by a very wide margin. I think he's going to end up being in contention to be an all-pro once again, and he should have a really good year.
Daniel, you mentioned one of the weapons there in Atlanta, and with Bijan, I'll go to the other probably biggest weapon for you guys there is Drake London. In 2024, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, played a full season, and then last year gets hurt for a little bit, but in 12 games, 919 yards, 7 touchdowns. Daniel, is there another gear for Drake London here? Is he a guy that you could see taking another step heading to the season?
Yeah, I kind of think he needs to as well, to a degree. Again, there's little denying how good Drake London is and how important that he is when he's out there and all that. I think for Drake, a lot of it is just, you want him to, he's into year 4 right now and he only has 1 year above 1K. And so I think for Drake, it's really important that he can reach that mark, especially, again, the contract that he got back in June, I believe it was, he's now the 3rd highest paid receiver in terms of annual value, or at least he was at the time that he inked it. And so you're paying this guy to be an elite receiver and to produce at that level. And I think with Drake, the thing is you can tell by watching him play and by watching how he's used that he absolutely is an elite wide receiver. I just think he needs to hit that level and put up the yards and the overall numbers that kind of prove that he is. So fantastic player. And I think the other part about Drake that gets lost is he is in a world right now where every receiver wants the ball, obviously, yes. Drake London is a phenomenal blocker, and he is a phenomenal teammate. And I think when you're Atlanta and you look at investing as much money in him as they did, you want to invest in guys like Drake London, who you know are incredibly competitive and who can do more than who can help you win games in more ways than just catching the ball. So I think Drake is in line for a really big year. I think you look at the weapons around him, and there's guys in there, but I think they're generally going to fit more of niche roles than anything. And Drake has been really good in training camp. He's been the team leader in catches by this point, probably about 10 catches to whoever's after him. So he's been highly targeted. I think he's going to have a really good year so long as he's healthy. And again, if he is healthy, I think it's certainly easy for him to reach that 1,200 plus yard range as well.
Daniel Flick joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show, checking in on the Atlanta Falcons. The defense of the Atlanta Falcons was good last year, but what steps do they need to take to become more closer to that great level?
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them, one, because they had a franchise record in sacks last year at 57, and as things stand right now, without James Pierce for 8 games, without, you lose Jalen Walker for the whole year with a knee injury suffered in early August, they're going to go into this year with only about 20 sacks returning from last year's group, and if you look at their additions this offseason, they didn't really add anybody that you can plug and play and say, hey, I think this guy is going to have 10 sacks. I think Zadarius Smith can certainly help, but also he retired mid-season last year and he's still working back into shape. So what can he be? So I think they're going to have to bring more than 4. I think they were, already one of the more blitz-heavy teams last year. I think they're going to have to blitz even more. The main next step for them, if you can find a way to get anywhere close to what you had last year, just from a pure pass rush viewpoint, their run defense wasn't great. They were, I believe, 9th worst in the league, averaged, a little bit over 125 yards allowed per game on the ground. They run an attacking style front where they heavily encourage their interior defensive linemen to try to penetrate upfield. And so that kind of creates some holes and some seams where you can hit explosive running plays. And the Broncos in the preseason opener capitalized on that, and I didn't think the Colts did last week. So I think Atlanta collectively, from practices and preseason games from last week, I think they're trending in the right direction. But I do think that's maybe the next step is, can you find the right balance between rushing the passer or being able to try to limit explosive running plays as well. That's kind of where that lies, in my opinion.
And so, Daniel, I mean, I'll let you into a little bit of my fandom here with the NFL. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. So I started off as a Dolphins fan. That started like 3 years ago, or maybe 4. And I got that into them because I was watching games with my buddy. I've since left Dolphins fandom, okay, for obvious reasons. And I'm still a free agent. Last year I was a free agent, and I'm currently going to the season a free agent of an NFL team. What's the selling point for a fan over in Atlanta about the Falcons? What's the selling point? If I were to become a Falcons fan, this is why. What is it?
I'm not sure if Tua would help or hurt my case.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it's already starting off weak, but
okay. So aside from Tua, then depending on which side of the bandwagon you're on with Tua in Miami, elsewhere, I mean, here's what I'll say. I think collectively, you look at the organization; they haven't made the playoffs in 8 years. Just really not off to a hot start. I understand, but there's young talent here that's under contract for a very long time, and so I think if you're a new fan trying to get into the sport, trying to get into rallying behind a team, that is, being able to pick a team where you can kind of grow with the young core, I think would be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And especially if Penix wins the job, you have a 26-year-old quarterback, you've got a 25-year-old left guard who just got a huge contract. You've got Bijan, I think, is 23, 24. I believe Drake's 23. Kyle Pitts is 25, 26. Like all of these guys are young and paid, apart from Mike, but young and well compensated, and there's talent. And so if nothing else, I don't know how good they'll be this year, but I think they'll be fun with the weapons they have. I think you have to be fun. And so you can kind of pick and choose and try to kind of grow with them, I'd say. So that'd be my pitch. I think it's a neat team and in a neat spot where you're not joining them when they're on the top of the world or whatever, but there's pieces in place where maybe in a couple of years they could be.
I like it.
Daniel, just one more for you. We are live on YouTube as well, so we have a chat that functions during our show. And this is one thing I thought you might add if you're trying to get young Benny's fandom towards the Atlanta Falcons. This is a question that comes in from a listener of ours, Mex Bezozu. He says, first time to get a chance to ask a question to someone covering the Falcons. Is there still a Chick-fil-A, which is closed on Sundays, in the Falcons Stadium where games mostly happen on Sundays?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Oh, there absolutely is. Oh, yeah. They do. So, like, they host more than just NFL games, too.
Sure.
So, like, they host college football games. Actually, Atlanta United plays all of its soccer matches there, too. So, yes. But so there is, in fact, a Chick-fil-A in there. Probably does not get a whole lot of usage. But, no, yeah, it's still loud and proud in there.
Well, that's fantastic. We've just recently, this is going to sound so Canadian. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We just recently got Chick-fil-A into the Edmonton area. So we now get to experience.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. I know we sound very, that was a silly thing to say. We sound very archaic, but that's okay.
No, you're good. I love Chick-fil-A, man. It's a great company.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Daniel, for taking time out of your day to join us here and talk some Atlanta Falcons. We'll catch up with you again.
Absolutely, guys. Happy to hop on with you whenever.
All right. Thank you very much. That was Daniel Flick of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution joining us right here on the Reid Wilkins Show for the Oil Country Towing phone hotline today. Benny, I mean, in the chat, they're making some really good points because they used to be called, like, well, they're called the Dirty Bird, but they used to do the Dirty Bird dance.
Okay.
Who was they had Jamal, they had a running back. His name is escaping me. Who kind of, I think, created the Dirty Bird? Yeah, Jamal Anderson.
Okay.
And he would do the Dirty Bird dance. It was iconic. That was back in the days of Mike Vick. Like the Atlanta Falcons were must watch at that point.
Well, yeah,
like,
I'd imagine just with Mike
Vick. Like, have you ever watched highlights on YouTube of Mike Vick?
Oh yeah.
With the Atlanta Falcons.
I know the lore with him and using him in Madden and all that. Like he was fun. He was fun to use.
So good.
Yeah.
It was just, if you ever want to just like make sure your jaw works and it's functioning properly, pick it up off the floor after you watch Mike Vick's highlights when he was with the Atlanta Falcons. You can even go back to Virginia Tech when he was there. That was electric to watch.
That was a good pitch by Daniel, man, on the Falcons. I like that. It's a young team, kind of up and coming. Like if you're a fan of the Falcons now, it's like you're not claiming a team that's on top of the world right now.
He makes a good point.
There's some fun pieces.
I'm a
there.
Commanders guy, as you know, and we've been like terrible for a long time.
Yeah.
RG3, Robert Griffin III, was the last person to come in and give us some hope.
Yeah.
But then he tore up his knee, and that was the end of that. Now we've got young Jaden Daniels. I mean, I was shocked to see all the draft rankings have him as the number 2 overall pick at quarterback in draft purposes. I was stunned by that. I like Jaden Daniels. I think he's really good. I didn't think he was that good. Like, you're talking Josh Allen good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully he proves me wrong, and the Commanders can get back to doing some damage.
I'm watching Quarterback.
Yes.
The Netflix series.
Okay, so are you watching the one with Baker Mayfield's in it?
Yep.
Isn't it so good?
Baker, Jaden Daniels, Joe Flacco, and
that's right.
Cam Ward.
I forgot. That's right. Yeah, Cam Ward. How do you think Cam Ward comes across in that?
I don't know. I like Cam Ward.
Me too. He is an arrogant man. He is a confident dude.
He's a very confident dude.
Which,
but
as a quarterback,
makes sense. Like you kind of need to be. I don't know what episode you're on. It's an 8-episode season. I just finished 6 last night.
We'd be similar.
Yeah, like to me, like him.
Might watch an episode tonight.
Him fishing and stuff, and like.
Okay, I'm not there yet, so that's good. I like him.
They show his personality. Like seems like a good dude, but like that guy wants to win, man. Like they're showing him like obviously Tennessee's not a great team, and they're just going. Like, he's just pissed.
And Jaden Daniels' mom is a boss.
Well, I had a theory on the Hangout as to why I think all this like number 5 stuff around Jaden Daniels. I think it's heavily. They talk about, I think, on episode 6 about how when Jaden gets hurt in high school and stuff, his mom would be running down or like checking it on and stuff. I'm just like, yeah. So she's a serious boss. Is a good way to describe it.
I wouldn't screw around with her.
No, definitely not. But yeah, they just showed Jaden dislocating his elbow last year. I was like, after he just came back from another injury. He had 3 injuries last year. So yeah, like, it was.
I have a new level of respect for Baker Mayfield.
Yes,
I like him.
I love Baker. Baker's the man.
Like you get a real sense into like you act that way, but you're not really that way. Like,
No,
but
yeah.
you as a quarterback need to be the most, like, talk about swagger.
Yes.
You need to have that swagger.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels doesn't have it. Like, he's not outspoken about it.
Yes.
But I think when you put him in the ring and the lights are on, he brings the heat.
He has it. And Joe Flacco, I was kind of bored with when he was in Cleveland. But
Joe Flacco's wife seems like a a crazy person.
Yes.
Like, she runs that house.
Yes. Oh, yeah, she does. And you have to when your husband's gone.
I get, but like I get the sense like Joe's like, hey, honey, we're out in Atlanta on a road trip. The boys were going to go to Mike's Steakhouse. It's a little pricey, I know, but would you be okay with me going there? Well, Joe.
Well, yeah. No,
that's what his wife.
No,
sees
totally.
Yeah.
But to me, his portion of the show has really picked up since he got traded.
Okay.
They show him getting traded to Cincinnati, and that's added a whole different dynamic to the show. So
I can't wait. We're going to continue. Going on. NASCAR Nolan says Lamar over Vic. In what world are you taking Lamar over Vic? I don't know. Maybe I'm just really loving on Vic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lamar Jackson. I don't know if that's Mike Vick category.
2 MVPs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if you're just judging off of one of the most important awards in the regular season, sure, okay, I guess he's better.
A highlight tape though? Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
pure
prone,
highlight.
like
This is like the high school basketball tape discussion.
Yeah,
Who's got the best,
okay,
John Wall or there's another guy too that's really good.
Teach me how to Dougie, John Wall. I do. Big U says 2 MVPs and 0 federal charges.
True.
This is a truth.
True.
This is a fun fact.
That is a fact. Not an opinion, a fact.
Yeah, Mike Vick has really had that dog in him. All right, we're going to get back. We've got the SD presented by Mr. Mike's. We're going to be talking about the AM Nasty of the Year. Huh. All right, and don't forget, after the break, we're going to come back. We are going to qualify the last 2 people for your chance to win tickets to Guns N' Roses happening at Commonwealth Stadium this Wednesday. But first, Brendan.
We've got 10 MLB games on the schedule tonight, including the Guardians taking on the Angels, the Athletics battle the Twins, and the Mariners face the Phillies. The Astros have made a front office change with GM Dana Brown and Houston mutually agreeing to part ways. The AL West leading Astros have not announced who will take over as GM. The Jays are off tonight after wrapping up their recent stretch, but Toronto, they'll be back in action tomorrow as they open a series against the Royals. A couple of quick CFL notes. The Ottawa Redblacks have added Jim Popp as a senior football advisor for the rest of 2026. Meanwhile, the Bombers quarterback Zach Laros was dressed at practice but did not participate. And in the NFL, following Jaden Higgins' season-ending ACL injury, the Texans bolster their wideout room by acquiring 24-year-old Kayshon Boutte from the Patriots for 23-year-old safety Jalen Reid and a 2028 7th-round pick. This sports update is brought to you by the Elks. It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. Estes Chatter after the break. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
The oil stream.
I see Shea is more of a replacement for Kulak than Nurse. Is that wrong?
He's smaller than both of them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like he's not going to be like he's a smart. Like I think Brett Kulak, he was smart. He could get around. He was a good skater.
Yeah,
I think he's pretty well. Like, yeah, I think that's right on par. Maybe a little bit better offensively.
The Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
One moment, you're driving to work. The next, you're facing serious injuries, mounting paperwork, and insurance companies focused on their bottom line. That's where you want Rick Mallett and the team at Hammer Injury Law on your side. For more than 35 years, Rick has helped injured Albertans stand up to insurance companies and pursue the compensation they deserve, with no legal fees unless your case is successful. Serious injuries need the hammer. Call 1-855-98-HAMMER.
What's that number again?
1-855-98-HAMMER. Or learn more at hammerinjurylaw.ca.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brew House. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going. Rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brew House. Canada's best patios.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
All right, we are back. It's the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, guest co-host Benny Thomson, Brendan Eric, the man with two first names, working the ones and twos. We are coming to you live from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. And a reminder that all of Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Visit playalberta.ca/EST. You might like what you find there. A reminder, Jay's play of the day is up. This was a bit of a partner play with Brendan and myself, mostly Brendan. So it's the Texas Rangers, Cleveland Guardians, the Athletics, Seattle Mariners, Chicago Cubs, San Diego Padres, and the Cincinnati Reds all to win. It is plus 9,100, folks. You heard that right. Plus 9,100. That is 92-1.
That's a damn good payday.
I would say so. I mean, what would you do with $92, Ben?
What would I do with $92?
Oh, it's actually already down. Shoot. Baseball games have started, Brendan.
Oh, yeah, right.
We're live, Brendan.
We're live.
How are we doing early, Brendan? Let's bring up the MLB scoreboard. So, let's see. What was it here? It was Texas, Cleveland, Athletics, Seattle, Chicago. Do we have scores?
Texas, Cleveland, Athletics, Mariners,
Chicago,
Cubs, Pirates,
Padres,
Reds.
They're all up?
No one started yet.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
this was taken down at 5:00. I wonder why. Is there a delay?
Did we cap out?
Oh, Brendan. Remember? I told you.
Yeah, the first pitch is 5:40 in Chicago, Texas, White Sox. 5:40.
Captor. Yep. It happens. It happens with these long shot plays where everybody's putting $1 or $2 or $5, and you know, as a sports book, you can only win so.
Yes.
You can only. Well, you don't. There's only so much money you'll allow one on a play, so you don't go bankrupt. That's probably what happened here.
Well, there you go.
All right, it is time to get to the Esties presented by Mr. Mike's. Wednesday just got saucier at Mr. Mike's. It's Wing Wednesday. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to close, get 10 wings for just $10. Say what? 10 wings for just $10. Or go big with the Wings and Frings platter for $19.98. Dine in only. Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually. AM Nasty of the Year, Ben. What does that mean? That's just for the morning show?
Morning show, guy that's there, 6 a.m., riding out.
Nasty of the year. So, I mean, we have a lot of nasties. There's a lot of nasties in here right now. And by the way, if you are on Facebook, if you are on YouTube, where did that come from?
I don't know.
If you're on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up. Let's make a late rally here. We've got 27 minutes left. Well, 22 minutes left in the show. Give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk.
I mean, for a guy that's worked the morning show a decent amount this year. When was the last time you've hosted the morning show?
Oh, man. That was a long time ago.
It's been
that was when we had known, but the public didn't know what the grand plan was. But I knew at that point that the Reid Wilkins show was going to start.
So you're just getting
in the fall. And during the CFL season, when Dusty's gone a lot for his CFL obligations, they decided, well, let's get Jay some reps.
Yeah.
And he can fill in for Dusty. So I did that, I did Thursday, Fridays, and quite a bit in the summer of, that would have been 2024.
Yeah.
That was fun. But it really controls your life. Like, you have to be in, like, I would be in bed by 9, because I would be up at 4, out the door 4:30 here at about 5:10.
Because you're a hike too,
right? So, but it's different in the morning when you're all by yourself as opposed to when it's the morning and the kids are around and you're getting them going.
Right?
Like I could be up and out the door in 7 minutes, showered.
Yep.
Like I'm talking, I'm fast. But I really enjoyed that. Eric and I would work together.
Yeah.
We haven't worked together in a long time.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I've often thought of a Bizarro day. Or a Bizarro week. If
That would be
EST
cool.
started something and it would be in the summer.
It would have to
and
be
we'd
like this
say
week of
it's
August or
Bizarro
something.
week. Where Reid and I host the morning show.
Yeah.
The hangout is EST afternoons.
Yeah.
EST afternoons is the hangout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
and then
totally.
and Dusty and LTE are the Reid Wilkins show.
Yes. Like totally turn things on their head.
That'd be hilarious.
Do you think that would be fun?
That would be fun. That'd be fun to.
I think it would be really interesting.
Yeah.
I would be so down for that. I don't know that Dusty would, because part of the thing is like your listeners get used to hearing certain things at certain times. So we could Reid and I could just tear down everything they've built up on the morning show in a matter of 1 week. Like, who the hell are these two bums? Give me my Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric. Yeah. So AM Nasty of the Year. I mean, gosh.
So from seeing
That's
like
a huge category.
I start up the show, like I make the session for it, whatever, and I always see CDJ always in there before the show starts.
Casino Dealer J is
always there.
A big. Now I wonder why he switched to CDJ.
Said didn't like have people having to type out his entire name when responding to him in the chat.
But he just autofills.
Yeah, I know. That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
CDJ for sure. If you're talking like in terms of handles, like there are some good handles out there, like box number, box pounder, box number. I've always liked that one. I think, and he always brings a sausage at Christmas. So
a sausage.
We really like that. But there's Rip City Step is a good handle. I mean, they're all good handles. Mech said his was because it was misspelt in a talent show when he was
Really?
a youngin'.
Really?
Yeah. A bootski. I wonder what's the story behind a bootski?
A bootski, tell us.
Yeah, tell us. Write us a bootski sent in your words of the day, by the way.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
special for Benny slang term edition number 3. You've made it, Ben.
Let's go.
You've made it.
Slang.
Yeah, the AM Nasty of the Year. I mean, that could be everyone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a ton. There's a ton.
But once again, this comes down to the nasties, really. Like they all get a vote. So
Yep. It's about who they see.
We have votes that are weighted.
Mm-hmm. Trev is the best guy for this. He sees everything. That's
Trev. Yeah, we should get him on the phone. Old Trev. See what he thinks. Just because there are a lot of people that are watching right now that are watching or do chat in the mornings as well.
It's crazy. The full 12-hour shift, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I applaud it. But yeah, because I recognize some. Like I think correct me if I'm wrong. You kind of gets up for 7ish. I always see him coming around 7. It's funny. I'm not even the morning show producer, but I kind of get the schedule for some people. Okay, yeah, that person's up now and whatever. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I'd imagine from Trev's perspective, he sees it all. With the morning show stuff, and then leads into the afternoons. I've worked every shift now. It feels like here at EST, so I feel like I get to catch a whole lot of different when people are in, when people aren't. And stuff.
I've hit for the cycle too.
Yeah,
because I had to host EST afternoons one day.
That's right, you did.
Yeah.
Huh. So
I do like Upside Down Day.
I don't think that.
But even if we did one day,
yeah.
That'd be a real bugger. Let's say we did it on a Friday.
Yeah.
I'd be going home and I'd be going to bed.
But yeah, basically.
So after Thursday's show. It would be fun.
I think that'd be sweet.
And producers, everything. It's a full changeover.
The whole deal. Trev gets to sleep in.
Trev gets to be in Brundon's seat right now.
Yep.
Okay, but we'll have to bring that up at the next staff meeting.
I like that. Yeah, it has to be a summer thing, probably.
Upside Down Day. But it has to be.
Is there actually an upside down day?
Oh, like a day of the year.
Yeah. Upside down day. There's a movie called it or something like that, or a book. Okay, well, there's the actual day the upside down is frozen on. Oh, that's Stranger Things. Never mind.
We could just call it Stranger Things.
Backward day.
What was it? Stranger Things, right?
Yes.
That was the show.
Yes. Backwards Day. National. Oh my God. Backwards Day is my birthday.
Oh, really?
January 31st.
Okay.
If we did it that way, the backwards day. Huh. I think that
would be.
I'm pretty sure my birthday's a weekend.
That would. Well, we could do it.
My birthday's a Sunday. So
for those wondering, I've had a couple comments asking about the promo code for the Labor Day bus. So what you do, go elks.com/Labor Day bus. The promo code is EST Labor Day. All one word, EST Labor Day. You will save $15 off of your ticket. And those tickets are going fast. There's probably now only 20 left. I mean, earlier today, there was 30 left. They're selling fast. So if you want to go, get your tickets right now so you can be a part of it.
Do it on April Fools.
Ian says, no, Jay, it's for any nasty, not just mornings. Okay.
Oh.
And we should probably drop the AM nasty or the AM portion of it. Makes sense. Made sense in the early days of EST when they were only going till 1. But now, baby, we're 6 to 6.
6 to 6.
Parkside, I'm one of those people. Haha, up at 6 a.m. and still at work. Catch the entire EST day. I think that should be a category. I think that should be
6 to 6
the listener of the year. Because if you're watching on YouTube, can you not go and look at the amount of hours and verify?
Probably.
The amount of hours you've watched EST?
Probably, yeah. Because you get the recap at the end of the year.
So if you're 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, so what's 5 times 52?
Just simple calculator will do that for you.
260. 260. 260
times there's holidays.
Sure.
In there.
So let's say 250.
Sure.
250 times 12.
250 times 12. 3,000.
3,000 hours. Now that's outside of the oil stream, the GCL Diesel oil stream pre and post. That's outside of the Commonwealth Stadium Rec Center, Green and Gold kickoff and post game show.
That's outside of Poker Night with Dusty. That's outside of Benny at Night. That's outside of.
So let's say
VIP golf show.
82 times 2. That's 164. You could add 164 hours on that. You could add on 36 hours for the green and gold. What are we at?
3,200.
30. So like you're maxing out. If you're over 3,000, you're psychotic.
I would say anyone above 2,800 is
that is an impressive number. Yeah. I would love there to be a category because people can verify that.
Yeah,
people can verify that.
Yep. Oh, chore draft too. Yep, good show. Chore draft is a.
Wheels says, I wish I would have known. I paid full price for the Labor Day bus. Thank you for coming on the Labor Day bus. Wheels, I'm sorry. We talk about it on every show. Every show is hammering out that EST Labor Day bus promo code, and you can go to our website. Now, speaking of Wheels, Wheels was nice enough to bless us with a limerick about the Red Blacks.
You got it. There you go.
There once was a team clad in red whose playoff ambitions had fled. At 0-10, they stumbled again and wished they were winning instead. Not bad. Wheels bringing the heat on a Monday. It was nice. The Green and Gold post-game show. We were sitting in our studio, and there was security buzzing around outside our door, and we're like, so Matt's girlfriend was there, and she went to the door and, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Because we thought like maybe we shouldn't be there. Maybe they're going to kick us out. No, it turns out it was RC and Ladner and his son Callum. So they're from Ladner, BC, which is a suburb of Vancouver.
Right.
They had come in for the week, and here they were at the Elks game. They wanted to say hi, and they were security's like, there's these two people that said they drove 12 hours to see you. So I'd look around. I'm like, okay. So I went and got them, and they watched the rest of the Green and Gold show from right in our studio.
Sweet.
Callum, his son, came on air with us and said hello. So thanks for doing that, RC and Ladner. That was great to meet you and your son in person on Friday night. All right, we've got one last segment of the day. That is the words of the day coming up right after the break. But first, we're going to hear one more time with a sports update from Brendan Eric.
We've got 10 MLB games on the schedule tonight, including the Cubs taking on the D-backs. The Padres battle the Pirates, and the Reds face the Giants. The Astros have made a front office change, with GM Dana Brown and Houston mutually agreeing to part ways. The AL West leading Astros have not announced who will take over as GM. The Jays are off tonight after wrapping up their recent stretch. Toronto will be back in action tomorrow as they open a series against the Royals. A couple of quick CFL notes. The Ottawa Red Blacks have added Jim Popp as a senior football advisor for the rest of the 26 season. Meanwhile, Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros was dressed at practice but did not participate. And over to the NFL, Deshaun Watson has been named the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback ahead of Shedeur Sanders. Watson recently made strong comments about Browns fans but apologized for those remarks earlier today. Words of the day after the break. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Lee Hatsall Hamilton. The state of the emotion in Edmonton because I'm a hockey guy, hiring a Babcock. And do you guys have a goaltender yet?
As for Babcock, Lee, it's must-see TV. This is Seinfeld Friends on a Thursday night, every day of the week. Babcock's never short of words. It's going to be a roller coaster. He's not changing one bit.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home.
Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
The River Cree Resort and Casino features the best in live entertainment, including country music legend Lori Morgan, September 4th.
Except for Monday, which was
She's a Grammy nominee and a CMA Award winner with over a dozen top 10 hits.
part of no, don't you run.
Lori Morgan live at the River Cree September 4th. Tickets for this show and more at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Ben Thomson right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Reminder, you can find us on the iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps as well as at edmontonsportstalk.com, the source. And if you are watching us on YouTube, hammer that thumbs up. Can make a late run here. See how high we can get. Thumbs-wise, that is. Benny, this was fun. We're going to continue throughout the week going through the NFL. Okay, I believe we're on to the NFC North soon. So you and I are going to be booking some Bears and some Lions and some Packers and some, all that fun stuff.
Big Cat from Barstool for Bears.
Okay, let's do it. You book them.
All right, I got it.
Send him a DM. Say, hey, Big Cat, it's me, Ben. Nice to see you again.
It's me, Benny.
That would be the source. All right. We can get PFT on for the Commanders. How about that? Big guest tomorrow. So the Mark Killam Show usually happens Tuesdays at 5. It's not going to happen tomorrow. Mark and his family are enjoying quiet time during the bye week, and that man at 8-3 deserves a dang bye.
Mm-hmm.
But guess who's going to be joining us right here tomorrow at 5 o'clock? The one, the only, the leader of that Elks defense and a leader in the community and just a wonderful man. The pride of the Tulane Green Wave, Nick Anderson.
There you go.
Going to be joining us in studio tomorrow, so look forward to that. But before we let you go today, we've got to get to the words of the day. This is the Abutskis Special for Benny Slang Term Edition number 3.
Oh, boy.
How about them apples?
How about
the word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so these are slang words.
Yes.
Slang terms.
Okay.
So, chopped.
Oh, beautiful.
This is an adjective.
Yes.
Chopped. Not what chefs do.
No.
This is a slang term.
Let's go,
so
chopped. Yes.
Chopped. I had no idea this is
what I know right away.
Okay. So we got to start with the spelling.
CHOPPED.
What does chopped mean?
Chopped means to like, it's like an insult for someone that is like ugly. If you were to be like, oh, oh, Jay, you're chopped. That's me. You're calling someone ugly, basically. Dun, da, da, da.
2 out of 2. Benny is out of the gates and he is flying.
That was a layup.
I had no idea how the sentence, because Zaputsky always supplies a sentence. I thought this one was quite special. He says, sorry to say, but that baby is pretty chopped.
I don't know.
We've all seen ugly babies.
Well, of course.
We've all seen ugly babies. It happens. Don't worry. Brendan is losing his mind.
No, that's like,
don't worry. They always turn out to be really cute.
Well, yeah. Yeah. No, but I've never heard of for a baby though. Like, I don't know. Like the typical, it's like, oh, like, yeah, it's some girl hitting on me at the bar. Oh yeah. How was she? I don't know. She's got chopped. I was like, that's like, it's
like, could you say that baby got hit with the chopped stick?
Sure.
With the chopped stick.
Instead of ugly stick?
Yes.
The slap chop.
Slap chop.
Bring it back.
I want to get a slap chop again. That thing
one?
was awesome. Yeah, we had one. It was the off-brand of the slap. Was it the slap chop or the chops? Yeah, slap chop.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also had ShamWow. Remember ShamWow?
Of course.
Brilliant, beautiful towels.
Wow, the slap. I forgot about the slap
chop. Yeah.
Wow, those commercials.
You want an omelet? Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Slap chop. You want an egg salad? Chop, chop, chop.
Right.
Practically does it for you.
Yep.
All right, second word of the day. This is a Bootski's special for Benny slang term edition. Mogging.
Ah, yes.
Mogging.
MOGGING.
Oh, okay. Ben, you're on the cusp of a 4 for 4 here. This is special. I mean, this is going to kick off on Monday in a spectacular fashion.
So mogging means to it's like the opposite of chopped, basically, in a way. It's basically to be like looking so much better than everyone else around you. It's like to belittle everyone with your looks, or to put intention into the way to make yourself look good in front of everyone else. So I'm mogging you.
4 for 4, Benny. So mogging is to outshine, overshadow, or look physically superior to another person, making them look small or weak by comparison.
Yep.
Wow, Ben, this is fantastic. 4 for 4.
Brain rot brain, baby. Let's go.
Do you think if a Bootski keeps sending in the slang term, because he's going to do it Wednesday and Friday,
right?
Do you think you could go, because today you went 4 for 4. So could you go 12 for 12 this week?
If they're like around that world, yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Challenge set. And of note, Guy Flaming does text in to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox 780-218-9999. What about the Pipeline Show?
Oh,
you know, when we're talking about timelines of how many hours people can consume Edmonton Sports Talk. Exactly. Like all the friends of EST are out there. They're on in the evenings. Pipeline Show's on the weekends. And they're replayed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could go 7 days a week. Ugh, crazy. All right, this has been fun. Thank you, Nasties. Thank you for showing up and showing out as you always do. You guys make this show and this station function. Without you, we are but nothing. So thank you very much for tuning in. On behalf of myself, Jay Milne, Ben Thomson, Bingo,
two.
and Brendan Eric, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Chat soon.